Well, hello everybody. So I decided to do a live tonight. As soon as I turn my phone on silent there, uh, do a live tonight and kind of tell everybody some things I've learned about YouTube in the year and a half I've been doing it. These dogs are eating, and it's really loud. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in. It's just a pop up. It's not a scheduled live, so we'll see how it goes. See if there's any people come in. There are a bunch of people that are live currently. Um, I know that. I don't know if we'll even get very many people over here. Rebecca, hello. How are you doing? As soon as some more people get in here, Rebecca, I'm gonna kind of talk about the topic, that the title of the video, the live, not video necessarily. Um, and kind of see how it goes. Gathered together. Hey, how's it going? Are you guys ready for it? So, before we get too carried away, Glenn and Jessica, well, Gathered Together Homestead, that just came in, and Dale and Pathways Homestead are all doing, hey, Cornfed, are all doing the um, gather, growing towards self sufficiency in Fort Scott, Kansas this weekend. The first, I will be there, and Dale has asked me to maybe do a little talk about maintenance. Um, that's one of the things I was going to talk that kind of has a little topic that I'm going to be talking about. Um, so the things I have learned on YouTube since I've been on YouTube, it's yes, there you go, Glenn. Thanks for Glenn or Jessica. I would imagine it is probably Glenn, but I could be wrong. Um, yeah, I'm kind of pretty pumped about it. The whole family's coming up, so Landon, Ava, Emma, and the wife are coming up to uh, this weekend. So they're all coming with me. I don't know if the kids are really too excited about it. They're not huge on doing all of the YouTube stuff all the time, which can't blame them. But so the first thing that I've learned on YouTube is find a good community that supports each other. Yeah, and I think that's important. And you could kind of see it with my channel. Yeah, there other ways to grow your channel. Absolutely. What's up, Tennessee? Um, there are other people do grow their channels, you know, by themselves, and for those people that do that, that is awesome. Um, uh, I think you got to get that one video that kind of you got to get that one video to really blow up, to do it by yourself. I think, and it's possible, but I think it's a little easier if you have a community of people behind you that are willing to help you along the way, teach you things that maybe you don't know. Um, that's just my opinion. Hang on 2 seconds. Nina just texted me. Um, but yeah, and there's some other things that a community can help you with along the way. Hey, Dale, you checked your inbox lately, you might see something in there. Uh, and making good quality videos. But I think the number one thing that is important is consistency on your uploads. And one thing about doing a bunch of collaborations is it does take time away from, hey, yeah, it does take a village. Um, I Where was I going? Oh, consistency on uploading. When you're doing big collaborations, I think Dale and I had talked about this earlier. You tend to kind of suffer on making maybe as great as videos as you possibly can with trying to do this huge collaboration. And there's nothing wrong with doing the collaborations. I think that's one of the I think the other key things that you need to do is collaborations, and it does help grow your community. Like first thing I talked about. Um, so who else come in? Carpenter Self Reliance, Dale. Dale came in. Tennessee came in. Did I miss anybody? Um,
Yeah. I want to know where in Kansas you got it.
Fort Scott. So Nina just asked me a question. Where we're going Saturday? It's Fort Scott, Kansas. Let me highlight that up here. Glenn's comment. Um, and speaking of collaborations, one of the collaborations that I'm a part of, and Dale that's in here, and Tony, I haven't seen him in here. I really didn't tell anybody I was going live, to be fair. Um, Dale, Tony, and I are in the Last Chance Cook Off, are putting it on, and there's several other people that are helping us. And without that, without the people helping, it would be there's a lot of moving parts there that maybe I didn't realize that there would be. Um, so and editing a video, I think so. Back to which Tony, Kettle Kitchen, Tony, yeah, uh, Kettle Kitchen, Dale from 9 Acres, Tony with Kettle Kitchen, and then myself. Kettle Kitchen, yes. Um, Editing videos is, I think, the next thing. I see. I There's nothing wrong with the way people edit videos, but always strive to do something better. One 1%. So that's what my grandpa always used to tell me: do 1% better the next time you do it. And I think uh, I've taken that advice on everything I've ever done, and it's 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 paid off in my opinion. Not just in YouTube, but like in uh, life outside of the YouTube, the interwebs. Um, I'm not gonna pull everybody up, but if and maybe how do I do that? Copy to clipboard. I haven't ever done it on this computer, so just kind of have to bear with me a little bit. This computer is not my normal computer. So if anyone has any advice for people that are wanting to start a YouTube channel or start recording, and that brings me to another thing. The I hear all the time that I should start a YouTube channel, over and over and over. If you don't ever hit record, and upload, you'll never do it. That's one of the things that I think people maybe ought to focus on a little bit more. And yeah, I mean, just hit record and start recording. And so there's a guy down here in the basement. He's sitting here mean mugging me. Look at him.
What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. We'll see how this goes. My internet is being really bad tonight.
It's actually, your picture is super clear.
Really?
Normally when you got a bad signal, it's kind of fuzzy, but it's super clear.
Cool.
So Dale, if you had a piece of advice for someone that is starting YouTube, what is the best advice for a new YouTuber along the way?
Just start.
Just hit record?
Hit record and do it often.
Yeah.
Then the second piece is find a community and get thoroughly involved in it.
Yeah. Those are the, and I think the next thing would try to do one thing better every time you do it.
Yeah.
When you are always going to miss the best shot, you're not going to record it.
Oh, I agree. And then I'm a firm believer in you have to become a student of your craft.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Annette.
Hey, Annette. How are you doing tonight? So,
hi, everyone else in the chat.
So another thing that, so when you get updates too, be sure and read your updates from YouTube, because there's some good information that they put out that everybody doesn't. Let me tilt this down a little bit. That everybody doesn't notice it at first until after the fact.
I feel really naked, by the way.
Yeah, you don't have a hat on.
I don't have my hat on. Yeah, exactly. Like, and stay connected with the creator email account.
Yeah. Hey, and those little videos, like if you go into YouTube Studio, they have little videos over there on the side. A lot of times those are some pretty good advice to kind of follow.
I think so. And like, I make sure that I follow, like there's some channels that are based off of nothing but helping you improve your YouTube.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what so one of the ones that I watch pretty good is Think Media. And
Think
Dale,
Media is pretty good.
You watch another one that I just kind of
video creators, Tim Schmoyer.
Yeah, I just started watching him, and there's a lot of things that they can teach you, and not everything works for the same person.
Hi, Glenn, and yes, I do follow you.
Hey, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I got to turn this air off. I'm freezing in here.
You're freezing? You're kidding me.
It's 62 degrees.
But yeah, I'm not to like take over Mitchell's live, but I think that's, if you want to be successful in this, I think that's steps you have to take, like become immersed in it and
adapt.
Be very adaptable.
So
I think I like what Annette's saying. I still need to learn to edit, do thumbnails, etc. And that's my deal is I'm trying to pick out one thing that I'm going to work on until I master it. Then the next thing until I master it,
Well, and I think so I have a little so you watch somebody and they say thumbnails aren't important. Then you watch somebody else and they're like, without thumbnails you can't be successful. And I think that's something that you have to work on yourself. And I'm really bad about thumbnails. I will be the first person to tell you I am horrible at thumbnails. Sup, Belt Loop can cook.
So,
Oh, Blue Silver Lance came in. Look at that.
hi, Blue morning.
You're up a little early over there, aren't you?
Yeah, like super early.
Uh, um. So
But so that's there's like two different schools of thought. Like certain groups are all about SEO and tags and things like that. And then like video creators, Tim Schmoyer, he's like, forget all that noise, good thumbnails, good titles, and just worry about putting out something that somebody wants to watch.
yeah, I think that's the. So there are some other ways that I see people. So what Dale and I are saying, there's not just one way to do it. You
No.
have to. You have
Hi,
to.
Chuck.
Sup, Chuck? You have to be able to find the people that want to watch you. And once you start finding some, your channel will grow. And it may not grow to the speed that which you want it to. I mean, so I've been on YouTube for a year and like 5 months, something like that, in that ballpark. And my channel's not huge, but I have a lot. I have a lot of views.
And you have a lot of watch hours.
Yeah, so there's. I don't think that there's one thing or another that will make you more successful. And I get a lot of my watch hours off of like my tractor repair videos, right? I get a huge amount of people watching those tractor repair videos, and they'll I think that's how I get so many dang watch hours on them. They rewatch them while they're building something, and back and forth. Because if you look at the analytics on some of them, you can see that the most rewind section, you know, I think that's pretty neat. And making good friends, like I don't know if there's anyone in the chat right now that I wouldn't consider a friend.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So Life with Belinda and Chuck just came in a minute ago. I didn't say stop and say hello, so hello. And like Gary Beltloop 29, that's in the chat. He was saying shorts is a good way to get some new subscribers and views that way. And I think it's a good option for anyone to take. I think it really will help anybody. If you're not diversifying your YouTube channel for people to come in and have multiple streams of eye appealingness,
Yeah.
whether that be on full video, a live, or shorts. I think you gotta be everywhere. He count who?
Camp
I didn't
Silky
see.
High.
I don't even see him in the chat.
Oh, they're up a little ways. I'm trying to figure out what Gary's saying that I can't talk about.
Oh, I don't
Hi,
know.
Carp.
Oh, there's
Jeremy.
Camp Silky. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And and another thing that I like to do, the people that hit them big milestones, like when Dale got monetized, I try to be like the first person to say, "Hey, congratulations," because it is a tough deal to get your watch hours, to get your subscriber count that you need to get the monetization, and you're not going to make a ton of money with YouTube at first, especially when you start. I mean, Dale's talked to me about it, and it's.
Don't think that immediately once you get monetized, you're going to go out and quit your job, because it ain't going to happen.
No.
Now I'm following you, Gary Beltloop. Yeah, I do kind of. I have to stay away from certain brands on tractor fixing because I'm don't want to
Yeah.
put it out there too much.
Well, just
Um,
it,
it kind of is a conflict of interest,
yeah,
but
I'm with you. There is certain I have to sign non-competes about certain things that I can't talk about on YouTube. And what I can tell people that I am a programmer, a PLC programmer, and I program human interface. They're called HMIs. I can program those, but I can't show you the software that I use because not because it's illegal for me to show you. It's because my work won't let me show anybody.
exactly.
Uh,
No,
so
you're fine,
and
Gary.
I would I would love to just do because there's some of those PLC trainers that they do have on YouTube that I watch them because they do things that it's like, man, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, exactly. And that's I love. So, I think going back a little bit to the where I said that you have to become a student of your craft. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's certain channels I watch that I'm just like in class. Coke
Yeah,
Zero.
Coke Zero. That's not a deal. Deal. Oh, what's going on, man? I like his eyes every time.
Yeah, I see that.
Uh,
But you know what I mean? You know,
it said Devil Dogs in here. Or no, that's not what he's saying. Who knows
no.
what who um go ahead. Student of the
Anyway,
craft.
yeah, no, because like I watch a couple different channels for no other reason than just to watch their the videography, how they perform shots, how they edit that. And then one in particular, what I love now is he's showing part of the video as a finished product, and then he starts showing you like the behind the scenes in the second half, why he's doing his talking and everything. Dude, I'm like digging that.
So I don't mind if you say channel names because I think there are channel like there's a couple of them that I watch that I've actually told Dale about. Um, like the Sunny Farms.
Yes.
The Sunny Farms. I don't know that guy. He has an eye for getting a great putting a great video together. I mean, there's some days you know as well as I do, Dale. Sometimes you struggle to make some footage about something. I mean,
I did that. So, like, I have one that was just like a hodgepodge I just put out of some different stuff because, and I hate to be a complainer, but part of it, Mitchell and I had the conversation, was running the collaboration and everything to do with that, being on lives and everything else, plus my work. I run out of time to film anything right now. So I know exactly. And then I don't really like the footage. I don't, it's just kind of stale, is what I call it, you know. Um, but so the one, I mean, if you're okay with it, I'll shout him out in it. Is I really, really like Jess from Tree Haven.
oh
Like,
yeah,
I mean, dude, he is like he's only been doing it 6 months,
yeah. But so here's my
he has
question.
a history in film. You
Yeah,
know,
that's where I was going. What's up, Kevin with Tuber Chat? How's it going,
hi
man?
Kevin.
And that's another thing. So now that Kevin just came in here, that's another way to help grow your channel. Is guys like Kevin that it's I'm not gonna say because it's not a sub for sub at Kevin's channel. You have to go in there and you interact with people and you make friends that way. There's quite a few people that I've made friends over there at Kevin's channel at, and I go watch their stuff. I mean, They're awesome. And Kevin, he's awesome. I haven't been going in there because of the collab lately, but he was actually live and I didn't have anything to do the other day. I think it was Sunday, and I hopped in his live, and I mean, he just a great person, great individuals like
And
Kevin.
I'm not overlooking Belt Loop, Eddie. They're doing
No,
awesome things too.
yeah,
I mean,
no,
I have them very much to thank for us and our milestone because I know it come directly from
oh
a
yeah,
lot of what they did. You
yeah.
know,
I mean, they do. Eddie, Eddie's the one that pushed me over that 500 hump, because someone wanted to see me in yoga pants. Eddie, he's kind of
do a
strange
cart
like
flop.
that.
Hi, Tom
What?
Garvey, the keto cook.
What's up, Tom? I was over at his live earlier. I was just kind of hibernating back in the back, not really
Was it
chatting.
Tom and Mike?
Yeah, I think it was.
I'm gonna be honest tonight, guys. I kind of checked out and kind of spent time as a family.
You have to do that.
We're kind of busy. Our life's kind of busy right now with the Growing Towards Self-Sufficiency gathering. I seen Glenn from Gathered Together was in here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you got a lot going on, Dale. You
we
got
got a
a lot more
lot
than
going
I
on
do.
with that. And then with the collaborations we're in, plus we're working, plus the farm, it's just kind of busy, and we just kind of needed a night of just chill.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people don't realize that whenever you don't go into their lives and stuff. And I think it's kind of important to spend that time with your spouse as well. And if you spend the time with your spouse, they're going to be more supportive to something that you want to do too.
Exactly.
And that's something that a lot of people overlook, I think, because I know quite a few people that do YouTube, and I hear that's one of the complaints that I hear is you spend too much time doing YouTube, and it's like, well, dude, have you taken a break and spent some time with them? And he's like, well, I don't have time. I got to be in all these lives. It's like no one cares about all them lives. If you're not happy and she's not happy,
That's right.
just,
And that is a big thing.
hey,
Look who showed up to your live
Junior excavating Mike.
from California that we talked to the last time.
Yeah, um he was in here the last time. Yeah, it can get kind of interesting. You never know what topics we're going to be talking about, and YouTube happened to be the thing. And so there is something else that Dale and I are going to be doing in the near future. And I don't know if Dale wants to talk about it right now, or we just
Sure.
wait and
We'll talk about it.
so I do have a podcast, and Dale is going to start co-hosting it with me, and another person potentially, and it's just going to be our thoughts. It's not going to be.
It's not going to be a specific deal.
No, it's just talking. We might be talking about pineapples today and Ferraris tomorrow. You never know. That's just one of those things.
I tell you, someone else that the podcast deal. It's funny you brought that up. Rooster that released his last chance cook-off video today.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were sitting here kind of just having a family night, and he brought it up. He's like, I really want to do a podcast. He goes like, all of my friends and everything are like, Rooster, if you do a podcast, we'd like listen.
Dude, we need to so this weekend, is Rooster going to be there?
Yes.
Because
100%.
I have something that he would be really good at as doing a podcast about.
He's like, so he is many layers and like really into current history or current events, stuff like that. Like that's his whole genre.
Yeah. So if anyone doesn't know, Rooster is Dale's son.
Yeah, he's our youngest son. And he's a college student right now. So Still living at home. Yeah, we're one of those parents. Our kiddo's still living at home, but
Yeah.
he's just now a sophomore in college. So
You know that's something that I mean I guess we can talk about it. We don't so I got kicked out when I was 16 years old of my house when I was a kid. And I say kid because 16 years old, you're still a kid. I don't care what anyone
you're a
says.
kid. I don't care what
Um,
anybody says.
so I wish that I would have had someone like how you're helping Rooster. I wish I would have had that. Um, I may have been even further ahead than I am now, or it could have gone the other way. You never know, right?
Yep.
Uh, so a lot of people take that for granted that mom and dad's always there, um, and when you
They're
don't have
not
mom and
always
dad
there.
to catch you,
Hey, pull my pork. What's up?
hey, pull my pork. How you doing?
But see, that's so I pointed this out the last time we was together. Pull my pork. I would probably never found his channel if it wasn't for a community collaboration like this.
And you know where I found him at? Tuber chat.
Tuber chat.
Yeah, Kevin, full circle right there. That's what that's what we're talking about. That's
And there's something
exactly.
else that Tom Garvey, Keto Cook, same way. I'd never heard of his channel before that, and now I'm like following pretty good. Glenn and Jess, which one of the best things that happened to us when we shortly after we started was when we went and we met Stephen and Casey from Boots and Bounty, and Stephen and I visited, and he said, "Hey, I got a channel called Mr. Boots and Bounty that to help people out."
Yeah.
And so I got connected with it, and that's kind of how I've grabbed all these connections.
Well, and that's another thing. Channels like Steven's channel, not just Boots and Bounty, but Mr. Boots and Bounty. He teaches people stuff about YouTube that I wish I would have known whenever I started. And finding Mr. Boots and Bounty's channel, when I did, granted, I had the hard way of getting there, and then afterwards, and that's what's nice about Steven is I had him hop on a Google meeting with me and made sure I had everything set up right because I had been doing it for almost a year when I met him.
Yeah. Well, and I would have never thought about going live until I talked to them.
Yeah.
And the benefits of it, but that's and there's others, I look at channels like Willoway Ranch, Wendy at Willoway. She's sitting there trying to build a community, shout out all these other channels, and she's a small channel,
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to help each other out. That's what it's all about. Now, I am 100% opposed to the S for S, the sub for sub.
Yeah.
If you're not into it, don't follow them. Don't
Yeah.
be just an empty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think, and I'm pretty sure everybody that's in the chat understands that people have a life, so you might not get all of their videos because I'll be honest, like Dale, I talk to Dale probably 4 or 5 times a week on the phone. And you see how he rolled his eyes? He gets tired of just talking to me.
No, I didn't roll my eyes.
just kidding, Dale. I'm sure Lisa does though.
No.
But I don't, and I work a lot, so I don't always have time to catch everybody's video. Like, I don't think people really understand how much I work. Dale does because
I do.
Yeah, he's called me. He's like, "Hey, what time are you getting off?" I just got called back into work.
I just got called back.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's people don't really take that in consideration when they think about a YouTube channel. They think, well, you're just pretty much indisposable 24 hours a day. Well, and honestly, I mean, there's very few that are making a living off of doing nothing but YouTube.
Yeah.
So they have a life beyond YouTube. Hey, not for nothing, Homestead.
Hey, Ginger.
What's going on, Ginger?
You know, so I had an open panel, which I did post a link up there. But we could have more people up. I thought I did. I don't know if
I
I
don't know if
can't.
you pinned it at the top.
I can't pin it on this computer because if I go to YouTube, it will.
Kick you
Who
out.
knows? Who knows what this one will do?
Are we still caressing the baby?
Um. Yes. Actually, I did get it to. Um. I did get Windows 10 uploaded on it. It is
Pro.
working, but it is overheating still. So I have not, and the fans are good on it. I took it all apart. You know,
Sounds
I got
like
to
to
yell
me
at.
you might have to replace some stuff. Or it.
Yeah, oh, there's a heat sink that's bad in it. I know what it is. It's $58 for the new part, and I've just, well, yeah, just haven't ordered it.
You sound kind of like me. Like I got a generator out here in the barn that's not running, and I looked it up, and it's like a $17 carburetor. And I looked
Yeah,
it up like 6 months ago, and I still haven't ordered the carburetor.
you know, and that's one thing that's crazy. I can't believe anymore these carburetors are uh, cheaper than the rebuild kits for them in most
That's a
cases.
carburetor, an air filter, a fuel filter, and all the gaskets to mount it. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Hello, Andale Homestead.
Hey, Andale. So,
Hey, Gary.
How y'all doing?
all right. So, Gary, what is one piece of advice you would give to someone starting out YouTube today that doesn't
One
have
pi-
any?
I'm sorry, I missed. My reception must be really bad. But
So,
if I could give one piece of advice to anybody out there, especially this day and age, is to utilize every avenue that's available to you, whether it be shorts, live streams, premieres, and videos. Um, I was looking today at Devil Dog's stuff, and he keeps saying he doesn't want to do shorts. He doesn't want to do shorts. He's put out 6 or 7 here in the last, I guess, month, and he's got 23 subscribers from those, just a handful of shorts. I think that YouTube is probably pushing those out there right now. They're trying to fill a gap between them and whatever that other folks is. And that's a good place to get shorts. You're not going to get a watch time from it, but you will get subs. Live stream's a good way to go through and solidify your base, and maybe pick up a few here or there. If you go to some of these that help build communities, that does help, because I know we do a lot of shout outs, and we do try to do community building. So live streams can help with that, but I think most of that is just solidifying your base. Those are the ones going to really frequent your channel. As far as the videos, I think that those they're still pushing those out there, so that helps fill a need as well. Just try to be well rounded.
Oh, I think you're
in my opinion.
100%. Gary, I think you're 100% on top of it with the shorts from the email that I just got today.
yeah.
I mean, from YouTube saying, hey, this is what's trending on shorts. Put together some shorts on this. I think they're 100% going to push the short game. But even in all their information they're putting out, they're like not 100% going to shorts by no means. But they want you to intermix it all. Hi, Lori from Prepping for Heaven. By the way.
I can tell you this right now. I'm looking at my analytics page, going over to the content and then the shorts. and it tells me that I've made, in the last 28 days, I've picked up 27 subscribers just from shorts. So they're pushing those out, and I think it helps with that. I just try to do whatever is available, see if it helps. I don't pay attention to some of the things I should, like the thumbnails, and even then, I'm getting enough to where I'm thinking about working some more on those and actually do something that looks interesting. Are y'all familiar with the Vineyard Farmhouse? I know you
Oh yeah,
are.
Brian. Yes, very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, his thumbnails. I love his thumbnails, and
In fact,
it made me rethink.
Brian should be
Yeah,
live pretty quick.
well, I don't doubt it. I'm just saying I love his thumbnails.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
does a
great
good job.
thumbnails.
But you also have to take in consideration people like. So I'm not taking anything from Brian. I think his thumbnails are awesome. But he also, his background is an artist. Like that's what he does. Some of us, that's not like what we're, you know what I mean.
I know. I get it.
Thanks for that, Ginger. By the way, I seen your comment about Rooster, and you didn't know he was my son. But oh yeah, SEO, titles and thumbnails is really important in long form content. That's what I agree with. Is you look at channels. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but you look at channels like, let's take, for instance, SLR, Simple Life Reclaim. If you notice, they've got the thumbnail game down, they've got the title game down, and look at their tags. They've got the SEO game down.
That's something. So whenever Dale and I first started talking, Dale's channel was actually smaller than mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Dale hashtags, and it worked for him, but it still hasn't worked for me.
I can tell it on ones that I really. So, I did download the free version of TubeBuddy.
Yeah,
and of course, it does give you suggested tags, which is okay. But I just think, like, I'm big on specific tag. Like, every one of my videos is going to be tagged with 9 Acre Family Farms. That way, if anybody ever searches anything like that, it's going to pop up. Every one of my videos is going to be tagged with homesteading family or homestead or something along that lines, so that I can get in the search engine for that,
Some people may not be aware that you can go into your customization and set certain tags in there. But I did also want to point one other thing out that I think is important. If you ever watch some of these videos that I think you were mentioning a little bit ago, it was either Mitchell or Dale or both of you. I don't remember. But about, the content and making sure you're putting good quality content out there. But if you want to know how to editing is, which is probably the most despised thing in making videos. But if you go look at, I hope you don't mind me throwing out somebody's channel because
go ahead.
They're not in here. But if you go look at Dead Broke Barbecue, Ricer, that fella knows he can make a deadgum video. He's been doing it for so many years, and he has so many cuts in it and different angles and what have you. People's attention span these days just ain't that long. That's one reason why shorts is so popular. I think it helps to change the angle, the view, some of the most popular videos out there are ones that they, zoom in a little bit, zoom out a little bit, cut over here to this side, cut over there to that side. And it can be done with one camera. You just have to take a couple of takes on some of that, or play some a little bit with the editing software. There's some stuff that can be done on that, but he's really good at that.
I never heard of, hi, Tiny Tim. I never heard of this Morning Fame. I'm going to have to look into that.
Yeah. So anybody that has any suggestions, you put them in the comments. That's what we're here to
Obviously, Andell has figured out a little something. Her channels grew a big time.
Yeah. Well, she did. So, and that's another thing that I want to talk about too is going to some of these events. The one of the ones that Andell
That's what
went
helped
to.
us.
Yeah. Well, Andell went to Daniel Arms and Keep It at Dutch. They had a conference in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Andell went to that. I thought that was pretty neat. And if you can go to things like that to help you learn some things, that is awesome. That if you can, and going to like I went to Okie Homestead Expo in the spring, and I met a lot of cool people there. Like I met Dutch. I met Daniel Arms.
Walkers.
The Walkers. Well, I've met them a couple times now. Then Kevin with Hidden Height Farm. Getting to meet some of these bigger channels, and they're just people too. They'll help you. They'll give you pointers, and I think that's pretty neat that there are people doing that.
Well, and I think that's like us going to the Ozark Homesteading Expo. It was a good excuse for us to go to a homesteading expo to learn what we could from people, along with the fact of we met so many new other channels, other connections. That's how I got involved into sourdough with Fermented Homestead, Anna. We met her there, Emma from Sony's place,
And Pull My Pork does that. That's what kind of where Gary was going a minute ago, because Gary and I have had this conversation before. Yeah, people's attention spans are not very good anymore, unless people are just sitting there talking and BSing like this, where people can kind of focus on and kind of talk about some other things. I lost my jacket.
He switched.
I'm just
back over.
I switched over to belt loop, and I got my jacket on my other channel. I didn't even realize I was on my other channel until I started posting, and I saw I had it, and I was posting some links, but I wanted to switch over to my main channel.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just did. Maybe I should switch back to my.
It's okay.
Maybe I should switch back to my other channel.
It's fine.
But this is more comfortable.
I agree 100% with that. Where he watched Mr. Beast video, and the first 15 seconds of the video had 15 cuts. That goes back to the channel I was talking about, which was Jess from Tree Haven. He put out a video, and I actually called Mitchell when that video came out. And I'm like, dude, you got to check this out. Like, he was talking while he was going from one point to the other. Every word was on the other side. It was like there was two people. You were two people on each side of him as he was talking, looking at him, every word. And it was so cool. Like, I'm in awe of it. I'm like, how long did it take him to edit that out?
Right. Hello, Janet Homestead, where you are.
Janet Homestead, where you are.
That's
Hey, Dale.
Yep.
Hey,
Dale,
Zombie.
don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. I was planning on doing a video like that. That's going to take me forever.
So that's one of the things. Let me grab something real quick and I'll show you.
Okay. I know for like me, I'm different than a lot of other people because my editing software I use is only on my phone, and I use my phone to film with. Hi, Josh from Skinner Farms. How are you?
Hey, Joshy Poo. So that's something else that I was going to talk about. Everybody's worried that you have to have one of these expensive cameras like this, or even a GoPro. Guys, I started doing YouTube with my phone, and Dale still even records with his phone. And there's nothing wrong with it anymore. The cameras on the cameras on these phones, in some cases, are better than some of these cameras. So don't if can't having a camera is discouraging you from doing YouTube, don't let it. I mean,
Yeah.
a phone can do a lot. Yeah,
Well,
I
there's
I
a
have
bigger channel that I'm really into called This Farm Wife, Meredith Bernard. They're from the Carolinas. She has well over, I mean, close to 200,000 subscribers, and she films 100% on iPhone.
what in
People have actually sent her GoPros. She doesn't use them. She goes back to the iPhone.
and there's nothing
Hey,
there's
I
nothing
still
wrong.
I video on my GoPro and my phone, especially if I'm trying to get two angles to mix in between, to cut, do a little bit of fancy editing or try to fancy edit.
Yeah.
I'll use my phone in one spot and I'll use my GoPro in another, and it just makes it more convenient.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's a lot of times where I'll have Nina will be on recording on her phone, and then I'll have a GoPro clipped off somewhere else, and then I'll have this one, you know, like here talking to this camera, and then I'll cut away from it. And Dale's actually kind of talked about it on one. He was watching one of my videos, and he's like, "How did you get so many angles so quick?" It's like
Yeah.
there were 3 cameras going, and
Because me, I'm using one phone. So I have to do like Gary was saying. I'll set up a shot, and then I may have to set it up in another way and do the whole thing over again, trying to get those different angles. Like we talked about, and I agree 100% with Pull My Pork statement right there. Auto quality is far more important than video quality, and I'm going to tell you why right now. And maybe I'm just this way, but like when we sit down to watch people's videos, we watch it on the Roku on our TV. If I can't hear you on my TV with it turned up to like 3/4 of the way, I'm skipping your video.
Hang on a second. You have a dial on your
No.
TV?
No, it's 0 to 90.
I'm just messing with you.
But what I'm saying is audio quality, audio quality, audio quality. If I can't hear you, I don't care how good your video is. I am not going to watch it whatsoever.
Well,
And you can
where I
do
live
that
at,
through editing software too. It's not just through your camera. I mean, my editing software, I can turn up the volume or turn it down on my video. It's going to be loud.
well,
because
that the audio quality, that another thing, know your environment, because without this thing out there in Oklahoma, the windy state, all I hear all the time is wind, and so without that on there, it's
I agree 100%. Just like you said there, I will watch it in 720 if I can hear every word they say, clear, concise. And if it's in 4K and it is so quiet you can't hear a word they're saying, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to, even if it's something I want to watch, I'm not going to watch it. I can't hear you. I can't understand you.
Yeah. Well,
and I have specific channels that, do not get me wrong, I love the people. They're sweet, wonderful people. But every video they put out, they have poor sound quality, and I can't stand to watch their stuff because of it.
Yeah, and that's one of the, whenever I started doing it, I was doing it on the phone, and it was tough without wind. I had to pick and choose what days I was going to do videos and times, like time of the day, because a lot of time in the afternoon in Oklahoma, it's super windy. So I actually on Think Media, I found. Let me get this Canon M50 Mark II. That's what this is. I was on Think Media and they said, "Hey, you can go to Canon and get a refurbished one instead of paying $1,100 for a camera, a mic, and a lens. I got it for $550, and it still has
Oh,
the
yeah.
same warranty."
Hi, Thrash Life. That's a new one to me.
Thrash, they do rescue horses in Colorado.
Oh,
Uh,
well, being you got up and grabbed something to show everybody, I'm going to grab something and show everybody.
yeah.
Hold on.
Maybe moving to Oklahoma. Ooh, where at in Oklahoma at, Thrash? So, hey, there he is. Oh no, he's gone. So,
Holy moly, that's
Well,
an up
I
close
figured-
there, Gary.
Well, I figured if y'all was going to show something, I might as well show something besides my avatar. So I'm sorry, I'm at work and they don't allow video recording. I figured nobody could complain with my face though.
so Thrash near Tulsa. Then you won't be very far from me if you're near Tulsa.
So, this,
Good night, Carpenter Jerry from Carpenter Self Reliance.
if you can see that,
Lapel mic.
they're lapel mics. This little deal plugs right into your phone or your camera. Guys, this little kit is $20. I can talk to my camera almost 300 foot away from it, and it comes through loud and clear like you're standing next to it.
Hey, Thrash. So Payne County is a no-go. That's where I live in Payne County, and Payne County is it's one of the most expensive places to buy land in the country.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
But
Hey, Mississippi's cheap.
yeah, it's not in Oklahoma. Like I seen an acre of land. So they bought 10 acres, and the average land cost for it was, what did I win? A hard time. So that's another. So Earl's channel, the Reef Robber. Going into channels like his is
Night,
another.
Tim. Blessings to you too.
Good night, Tim. Going into channels like his, where he don't care who you are. He'll pull you up and let you talk to you as long as you can be respectful. Earl's a great
Mo Dog
guy.
fishing.
Yeah, Modog. Yeah, Modog's good too.
Some of those fishing channels, I really enjoy it. And
yeah. Well, and so Earl has his. Well, I need to start doing it, and I really probably after this whole cooking deal's over, I think I'm going to try it. So Earl has a great strategy, and I literally like it. So he does his premiere. He premieres his video, so everybody's in there in the chatting and just checking out, watching the video, chatting, and then he does it live right after it. Not every time, but most of the time.
So does he do it where it automatically sends you to his live?
He posts a link in the chat, and
okay.
Then you can go to it. But he usually has it scheduled beforehand too, so it's right. It's there. I've never
Thrash Life. Look in southeast Kansas.
What?
For ground. He says his wife's looking for anything.
So
Hey,
over
Mississippi. I just going to say Mississippi's one of the cheapest places to live in the United States. Now, you put up with a lot of heat, and it seems like a swamp down here most, the summer, and you ain't going to be able to move much outside, it don't seem like. But if you're looking for land and you're looking for it inexpensive, I'm going to tell you that's where you need to go. That's where I'm at. It ain't easy, but hey, we're rated #1 in rest stops for a reason. Nobody stops here.
So Creek County, anywhere in Creek County is pretty
Creek,
pretty
yeah.
Is pretty reasonable. Osage County, that you have to have a lot of money because they don't sell small pieces of land in Osage County. Osage County is where big chunks of land are. Creek County.
What's the one south of Coffeyville?
That's Creek County.
That's Creek. That's what I thought.
Or no, that's Osage County.
That's Osage.
Yeah. If you do thrash, we'll have to meet up sometime. But
oh yeah, I agree. Colorado is way expensive.
I've got quite a few buddies that moved out from Colorado to Oklahoma, and they're like, "Oh, we have 100-degree weather all the time." You hadn't had Oklahoma 100-degree weather, buddy. I tell you what.
At Southeast Kansas 100-degree weather, or Mississippi for that fact, huh, Gary?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, we had some kinfolk from up in Indiana that was talking about, oh, it was so hot up there. And we invited them down one time to Mississippi for a July the 4th thing where we shot off some bottle rockets and what have you, some fireworks. They got down here and they honestly said, I'm never coming back to Mississippi, at least not during the summer. It's like it's like a swamp down here during the summer most of the time. It's just that hot.
So this year in Oklahoma, well, at least in where I live at, I haven't. So about 2 months ago, Dale and I were on the phone, and he's like, "What is that crunching noise, Mitchell?" I was like, "That's the grass," and it's still like that. We have had unusual.
What was it? 2 weeks later, when I told you the same thing at my place. We've had
Wyoming. Wyoming is expensive. Yes, I love Wyoming though. If I could talk my wife into moving to Wyoming, because Wyoming is the 9th largest state, but it is the least populated state, and that's my kind of place.
I will say this about Mississippi: we are one of the top 5 states in rainfall. We got over 70 inches last year. That's one of the reasons why it feels like a swamp around here.
Oh yeah. Because it is.
Yep.
So
it ain't Thrash, all exactly swamp.
How much land are you looking for, Thrash? My wife used to be a realtor, so she's got a bunch of realtor friends. I say used to be a realtor. Once you're a realtor, you're really never not a realtor anymore because people still ask you a bunch of stuff.
Camp Silky, I don't know where you can be 70 degrees year round and below.
But I need
if
to be
it was 70 degrees, I'd be okay with it. Like from 45 to 70, I'd be really okay. But once it goes below that 45 and there's ice and snow, I'm out of that.
40 degrees is shorts and tank top weather.
You ain't
10 to 20 acres. I was reading the comments. Sorry. It rains 9 months of the year. Yeah, I'm sure it does up there in the armpit of Canada and the United States. Washington State, if anyone was curious. Oregon area. That whole armpit of the country.
You're saying that Kettle Kitchen's not in here to defend himself.
Oh, Earl's in here. He'll get me. Yeah, it's almost like that.
Oh, the 70 degrees? How do you get anything to grow?
Well, yeah. I think it is different crops because have you seen like some of the lettuce that people up north grow versus like the little bitty baby lettuces we get here? It's like, it's not even fair.
It's kind of like I watched this channel in Alaska.
Yeah.
They can grow them. I mean, their garden stuff, it's like it just falls on the ground and it just turns into this like gigantic stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not even trying here.
Yeah. So back to the topic. And another thing I think with cameras is some way to attach it to something, or a nice tripod is another good thing. Earl, do you have any advice for anybody that is just starting a YouTube channel? What is something that you would recommend them to do?
Mike says he can't email you, Mitchell. Junior Excavating.
I'll type it in the chat.
Yeah, along the lines of the tripods and everything. Oh, Earl says, don't do it. Well, hello there, Tony from Kettle Kitchen.
What's up, Tony?
Yeah, Blue, you can get a decent tripod off of eBay for less than a tenner. Our tripod that we use for our phone for most of our filming is like $19 at the big box store that starts with a W. I just bought it turns into a tripod, and it's I would call it a vlog, like hand grip with a microphone and a light for like under $20. That deal right there is my next investment right there.
Yeah, so
hey, I was just gonna say we went to the W place and got a tripod. It will work for my GoPro as well as my phone.
Yep. Mine will work for. It doesn't matter if you got a camera, a GoPro, a Canon, a phone. It'll work for all of them, and it was cheap.
Oh yeah.
So
I think ours was like $15.
This little thing I can use for my big camera, or I can switch it over and put my GoPro on it. But one thing I like about it is I can just unscrew the deal that the camera mounts on, and I can mount it to my big tripod.
Oh yeah.
And it just goes. So what I like about this tripod is it has this little so you can adjust the height. Once you get it set up, it'll go like 96 inches in the air. All tripods are not created equal. I've learned that the hard way. I've gone through quite a few of them, especially with livestock. Livestock will test anything, well, at least one time. Tony, hello.
He says he didn't know knew you were going live.
I did not tell anybody. It's just one of those deals, and I've just been putting the link up in the comment. What do you call that? Is Jonesy
in the chat? Hi,
yes,
Radio Jonesy.
What's up, Jonesy? So you don't need expensive camera gear. You can do it with your phone. Yes, that is 100% true. We talked about that earlier, Earl. That's how I started, and that's still what Dale is currently doing. And I think Gary said he uses a GoPro as well too.
And actually, here's my deal. My phone's actually recording 4K. I just don't edit it and upload it as 4K. I upload it as 1280. 1080. I may be misspeaking. Let me make sure.
Yeah. So I did. Yeah, that's one thing. So in choosing, yeah, that's another good one that I haven't. Choosing an angle into the sun is huge, and it is because it can make a really good shot, a really bad shot in seconds.
And go buy you a whole box of lens cleaners.
Yeah.
That's what I've run into because I use my phone. It's constantly in and out of my pocket, my hands, and the oils on it. I have to make sure my lenses are clean. Hi, chicken.
Yeah, all I do is lick it and rub it against my shirt.
Do you have decal?
Hey, Midnight Farmhouse.
Leanne. Yeah, so Leanne, do you have any suggestions for someone that is just starting out on YouTube? A piece of advice to give them.
Yep, just put up videos.
Get a cheap light for indoor use. So that's one of the things that I will say that is really nice about the Canon camera. The Canon camera, you don't have to have an external light source. It because it has such a I can't remember the name of it. Give me a second, I'll just show you. This piece right here is way bigger than your phone, so it lets a lot more light in, even on low light
I know.
stuff.
I love Leanne's comment.
I didn't see it.
Film 20 videos and edit them, then throw them away and start over.
We're trying to
She didn't
encourage
say
people,
start
Leanne.
over. She may.
It didn't
she may
say
be
start
saying,
over, but she
give
just
up.
says film 20 videos, edit them, then throw them away.
Yeah, I got that. That's funny. Hey, I've taken
I
my
agree
first.
with part of that, but it's the same thing that I told Nana for her channel. I'm like, you just need to start. Just put something out. Everybody's going to be bad at the beginning. Just put something out and get started.
Yeah, if you watch my first video, it is horrible. But 1% every day, as long as you're trying to improve, you can get better. Hey Earl, what's going on?
I'm trying to. Is there an echo?
No?
Okay.
I don't hear one.
So
Hey Earl,
anyone that
can you do
doesn't
me a
know
favor
Earl-
though?
I know
Hey Earl. Hey Earl, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what do you got?
I'd just like you once to say, my name's Earl.
That's funny. That's like Rooster,
Well, never.
my son's favorite show. My name's Earl.
So
Oh, I enjoy it too.
this is
Here's
Thrash
Mitch.
below us.
Hi, Thrash.
Cheers, guys.
What's up, Brad?
So Earl, what's going on? Okay,
He gone. He must have had an echo on his end.
Oh, maybe. All right, so Thrash, I was coming to you next. How are you doing this evening?
Good, Mitch. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I just decided to hop on and try to. A bunch of people have been asking me. I've actually got probably about 10 emails asking me what's the best thing to do to start a YouTube channel and what was my number one suggestions. And I just keep telling them, just hit record. Just start recording it.
Well, it's not only that. It's let me turn this down. Holy crap. Anyway, so being in circles. So the farming community, all the communities, everyone's in, right? You need to expand, but keep those communities, but keep expanding. That's the key.
And I agree. That's what Mitchell and I and Tony's whole deal with the Last Chance Cook-Off is. You can still stay in your genre, but don't be afraid to reach out to somebody else. Go get involved in theirs. Go visit some of their lives. Watch some of their stuff. Because that's what it's about. Is like, I mean, all my friends, like nobody that I interact with every day here does YouTube other than me.
Right.
Well, if I only had friends that did YouTube, I'd be pretty bored if I wasn't online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same way here. And it's just like we've said before, like I love to fish. I love to hunt. I'm into tractors. I'm into like hot rods and stuff like that. But my channel just happens to be about farming and homesteading and cooking, But
yeah, and I think that's important. So, Earl, back to you. How
Yeah,
are you
my
doing
name
this
is
evening?
Earl.
My name is-
There you go. There you go, Gary.
Thank you,
Yeah, I
Earl.
got a terrible echo here on the when I came up last time. I couldn't get the YouTube side shut down.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But
So, any words of wisdom from either one of you guys? We'll go with Earl since you just hopped back up and down first, and then Thrash. Words of wisdom.
Earl's got a lot of sun.
I do.
Yeah, he's over in the armpit of the country.
I have a terrible time on my last video. I had a terrible time getting the right angle from the sun. But when you're out in the ocean and drifting, it's really, really hard to. Most of the time, the video is either going to be directly into the sun, or if it's in the front of the boat, it'll be away from the sun. But yeah, it's hard to get the angle out on the ocean when it's sunny.
Earl, it looks like you may have a little bit of a sunburn going on. Looks like you have.
That's what I was talking about.
I always look red.
Same here. Farmer's tan. Anybody?
Yeah.
They're what Mennonite Farmhouse said. Have a personality that's not Eeyore.
I agree.
That makes a huge difference.
Exactly.
Well, and not be afraid to hop like the first live I ever went on was Earl's. Like he popped the StreamYard link in there, and I'm like, well, why not? And I went on it, and Earl he's a very personable person, so he makes you feel welcome, and I think that's an important thing is feeling welcome too. Once you find a community, if you don't feel welcome in a community, find a different one.
Exactly. Yep.
I was
agree.
kind of
Exactly.
I was kind of acting when I did that for you, though.
Liar.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
can I show you a fish that we caught last Saturday?
is it one that did you catch it at the supermarket?
No, I caught it. Well, I didn't catch
Costco.
it. I actually got it on the line for the guy. But
Hi, Jen.
Holy.
Oh man, that's a nice one. Hang on a second, Earl. Let me it's a nice one.
Look at that one.
that's a fish right there. That's the one we've been looking for.
Yeah. It looks
That's a
like
good
you
one.
found it.
Earl, where are you out of?
Oregon. The armpit of Canada, as Mitchell said.
I wouldn't say that.
No,
I'm Colorado.
I do a lot of ocean fishing. And what part of Colorado are you from?
Eastern Denver. So Aurora. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eastern Denver. I have a brother down in Pueblo.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for your brother.
I know.
I
But
lived in far west Colorado, like 28 miles from the state line.
Oh, you're like Mesa. You're like Grand Junction West.
Grand Junction. Yeah. And I lived there for almost 3 years, and I wouldn't go back there if you drug me behind a truck at 100
You
miles
need
an
to come over the Continental Divide, man.
I know
Well,
some people from
now
Grand
I live-
Junction too.
I'm the complete opposite side of Kansas from you. Like against the Missouri line is where I'm at.
Same thing as freaking where you came from.
Oh,
Arid.
no, we have hills, trees. We don't have flat ground here.
We have flat ground here.
Hey, Good Times Homestead.
Hey, Jen, how's it going? So he finally caught it, Tony or Dale.
I seen it.
So the armpit deal wasn't necessarily to you; it was to Tony, but he wasn't in here at the time. Because he's up there real close to you.
Where are you from, Kettle? You from Chaz?
Oh man.
Washington.
That's what I was asking if he was from Chaz.
I didn't know if anyone else caught it except me.
Chaz is that new country that started in the middle of Seattle.
There's no blue country in Seattle.
There was back in the beginning of COVID.
Oh.
Humana.
Oh, anyway. That's funny. That's funny. I don't care who you are.
We got a lot of weirdos on the West Coast.
We're all weird.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a bunch of them. Hippieville.
I wouldn't say hippies because that's late 60s, right?
Yeah, they're still here.
Yeah.
So, okay, back on topic, guys.
Well, that was my problem with Colorado was everyone from like that far West Coast come to Colorado, and then they tried to change Colorado into far West Coast.
Oh, they did.
They didn't try. They succeeded, buddy.
They did. That's why I'm moving.
Hate it.
So back to YouTube, fellas. Back to YouTube. That's
Can't wait.
Just can't wait.
Yeah, you're good,
Rosie
Dale.
has something she wants you to see.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
I was in trouble.
Granddaughter's got something to tell me. What, Joe? Are you going to be a big
talking.
sister? My
Little one.
granddaughter just
Yeah.
FaceTimed me and says her shirt says "best sister ever." My 3-year-old
Oh.
granddaughter.
There we go.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
you probably ought to go take care of that because I'm sure there's a conversation needs to be had.
I'll see you guys. I'll
See
might
you,
come
Dale.
back.
Here's Dale.
Yep. Congratulations, too. But that's pretty neat. That's good news to get while you're on the middle of a live.
Oh, yeah. That's
Um,
good news no matter where you are.
Yeah,
Excellent.
that's for sure. So back to YouTube. So I don't know if I missed anything. And with everybody's commenting in here, I think that we pretty well covered about everything to starting a channel or starting to record. That's means if you already have a channel created to start recording, put something out. Because the after you put the first thing out, it gets so much easier.
Yeah.
And
What's
it's
Mennonite Farmhouse's name?
Leanne.
Leanne. I do agree with what she said, though. Make 20 videos, edit them, ditch them, start over again. Don't upload them.
Well, I agree with it after you've been doing it for a little bit and you get a little bit of experience. But that first one is going to be rough. I mean, I'm sure there's someone that put a perfect video out on their first one, but not this guy.
No, I know that, but I think if you would do that, you would start out with a little better quality. You might gain subscribers a little faster.
Yeah, there's a good possibility. I can see it both ways, I guess. But
Leanne, teach me how to use Canva. I use it some, but I don't. My problem is I don't have enough time all summer long to do what I need to do as far as the technical parts of the editing. So what I'm
And
doing,
that's the key, though. That's the key.
what is?
The key is a good video.
Oh, I know. And I get clips from out on the ocean, and I
Yeah.
stitch them together, and I put the Can't think of what it's
Yeah,
called.
bring it all together. Yeah,
Bring it all together. But
Mhm.
to take the time to zoom in on some things, zoom out on some things while you're editing, I don't bother with that. I don't
Nope.
have time
I
for
don't either.
that.
Nope.
That does make a good video though.
Yeah, but so then you're at that line, right? So how much time do you spend editing a video to get it out? So
Less
you
than
can
an hour.
right. Well, so I usually have about an hour's worth of footage that
I'll have
I
like 3 hours of footage. I'll
Yeah.
I'll edit and I'll bring it all in and I'll edit the whole thing all the way through. A to Z.
yeah. Well,
And usually put like music underlaid on the video too, so that the video matches the music too.
yeah. Well, and I think both. So I don't. There's people that you talk to that say, oh, they spend 3 and 4 hours editing a 15-minute video, and I just can't bring myself to do that because I do
Not
have
for
other
the
things to
general,
do.
not the general editor. No, you have people out there that get really anal and they have like overlays and everything else. I wouldn't go that far. Hell no.
I just
Yeah.
edited a video of catching that big fish. I mean, the whole day, and I got about a 15-minute video.
No, see, they gave the order,
I
but
agree
Peyton
with that.
hadn't given them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I,
really? You know, it's just. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a
That's
fish,
all right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I'm at work, and I'm what you call a supervisor. So it's my job to tell what. Yeah, and it's my job to tell other folks what to do, and when something doesn't happen, I guess sometimes I need to explain why it didn't happen either. And I normally mute my mic when there's conversation going on up here. And
Gary,
no secret deal.
So I edited that video tonight in about, I'm going to say probably an hour, and I overlaid pictures in with part of it, of that big fish.
Yeah.
But those overlays don't have any audio to go with them. So that was easy enough. Just throw them in there. And that's the first time I've ever done that on this editor. And I'll probably do that some more.
So that brings to the next question. What software do you guys use to edit with?
The
Vegas
hardest
Studio.
one I could find. What'd you say?
Vegas Studio.
So
I use DaVinci Resolve.
So I use Filmoria. So what I'm getting at
they're all the same.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to editing software either. Leanne says she uses iMovie. Gary just dropped off. Yep.
Mine is free too, Leanne. Because
mine's free.
I don't pay for any of it.
Gary, what do you use to edit with?
I use OpenShot. It's fairly intuitive.
There's so many out there, man.
Filmora, DaVinci Resolve, Wondershare.
Yeah. That's what I use is that Filmoria Wondershare. And the biggest thing is finding one and getting proficient with it.
Right.
So
finding the quirks in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't get one and then think, oh well, this one might be better, and then you try it and then you don't like it. Stick with one for a little bit and see if you're
the key is doing the YouTube search YouTube because on that video editor they'll teach you everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I knew how to do a lot more stuff, but like I said, I just flat do not have the time in the summertime to even research it.
Yeah. I edit on my phone. I use yeah.
On my phone, I use Splice if I'm going to do one on my phone.
I see. I don't do them on my phone. I have this laptop that I'm on, and I have my big laptop, which it fried the other day. That's a sensitive subject. And then I have my work computer, but I do have everything backed up. I do have everything backed up on the external hard drives. So it's easy to move footage from one place to another. That's one thing that I can say. Like, if your phone crashes and that's all you have to edit with, it could be kind of tough.
I like to edit all of the shorts on my phone if I can, because I can switch any. I probably could do that with DaVinci too, but I can switch any footage from what's the profile of this?
Yeah, so it's landscape.
Yeah,
So,
and I can do it to the upright.
So on Filmoria, you can actually go into it like you're editing a video and actually click. There's a button now on the last update that has a shorts editing version, so you can edit all of your shorts. But I
That's
don't
what
do.
Splice can do too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all getting that way.
Yeah.
I don't do very many shorts. My wife typically does all of the shorts videos. I do all.
You know, I didn't used to either, but let me tell you something. I went out on a charter boat that one day, and I put out 6 shorts that day. And in 2 days, I had over 26,000 views on my channel.
Yeah,
and I had 29 subscribers.
Yeah,
so
I remember you saying that on your live.
I started doing that, and the next Saturday I did the same thing. It didn't blow up near as much, but I still got about 20 more subscribers.
Yeah,
and I've been last night.
That rocks.
Last night they started a couple of mine that were on there for a little bit started blowing up, and I got another 10, 12, 13 subscribers last night.
That's awesome.
So it's just those shorts generate a lot of views and a lot of subscribers. You don't make much money on them, but
I never earned a cent from YouTube.
I haven't either.
I have, but not that much. I mean,
I'm at over 1,000 subscribers, almost monetized.
Yeah,
I am, and I'm going to tell you, I still haven't earned any. It says I earned.
Yeah, I don't care.
Something.
They won't pay you. They won't pay you until you hit $100, and then they'll pay you.
Well,
I've got.
I did get that. I think
if
this
that
week.
tells you anything.
I do it for the people that love me.
Yeah.
Well,
So
when
who's
it comes
that?
to being,
Thanks.
it's
Love you
mom.
too. Thanks, Earl.
It's mom. I got monetized, I guess, about 5 weeks ago or something like that. And I've already told everybody that, anything I make off of YouTube, at least for the first year, I'm just gonna make sure that I'm paying it forward with it and helping folks that need help. I have a job, which I am currently at, that pays my bills.
Same here.
I'm not.
Same.
This is something I enjoy doing, sitting around and making such great friends as Dale and Mitchell, getting to know some of these folks, love the name Earl, looking forward to getting to know him, and Thrash, of course, that's going to be cool. and there's a lot of great people in the, obviously in the chat as well. But this is fun for me. I enjoy it. It's chewing the fat and getting to know folks. I'm a social person. That's
I
By the
told
way,
people
this
too,
message
Gary,
is
too.
for
with-
Belt Loop for President 2024.
no. I have
my-
no such aspirations. If I would refuse to join any club or business that would accept me as a member. Anyhow,
Well, you have to have a
The,
member, right?
they have to have some standards.
Same
Anyhow,
thing,
Yeah.
Gary. Same thing, Gary. You know, when I get monetized, all my proceeds are going to the fucking horse rescues.
Hey,
Well,
Earl,
there
you
we-
are, I believe.
that's a good thing. I
I'm
mean,
not-
I've just gotten to where I crossed that $100 barrier, but I guarantee you what, I've spent a whole lot more than that since I've gotten monetized on helping other folks, because that's just what I do anyhow.
Yeah, it's in your heart, man. Yeah.
Hi,
Well,
Living Your Rogue Life.
that's just
Sorry, I hadn't seen you.
no. I'm sorry. I
No, you're
can't see
fine,
the chat.
Gary.
I'm on my phone at the moment.
Yeah.
Damn
I'm
you.
on my phone at the
Need to buy a
moment.
better camera.
Earl, you are a mod.
Okay. I was trying to get over to Leanne's channel and see how far along she is on the channel, and she's got a pretty good sized channel going on.
Yeah. Leanne's
Leanne's a good
Leanne.
channel.
She said she won't disclose how much she made off of YouTube, which that's fine. She don't have to.
Yeah, I mean
That's why I went to look.
yeah. So Junior Excavating, if you're still in here, I did get your email.
He said it keeps kicking back when I left.
I did. I just got it.
Mitch, I gotta bow out. I gotta go feed horses at 4 a.m. So
Okay. Thanks
Whoa,
for coming
man.
up, Crash.
yeah.
See you, Trash.
Cheers all. Love y'all.
You bet. Be careful.
Hey, Rhonda Towery. Do I say that right?
Rhonda Towery.
Yeah.
What's up, Jacob?
What's up, Jacob?
Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Jacob. Yeah,
Oh.
Leanne kind of is a rock star, by the
Yeah,
way.
Leanne, she's a super down to earth person too. That's one of the things about Leanne. She's super nice. She does a lot of collaborations. She's actually got one going on right now this month too. It's
What's it
uh,
called?
September.
September.
Yeah.
September?
Yeah. There's pretty neat, pretty impressive lady
I
she is.
subscribed to her a while back, but I've only watched a couple of the videos.
Yeah, that September collaboration is pretty awesome. We were part of it, and
I didn't get invited.
it again is one of those deals where you join a collaboration that's kind of out of your wheelhouse, and it opens the door to a whole lot of channels that you don't know about. You know,
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole lot of other
Yeah.
people. You know,
Yeah.
that's some funny stories. Like she'll say, "Well, so and so's video is going to drop tomorrow." When I was on the phone with her, and I'm like, "Who's that?" And she's like, "How do you not know who that is?" It's like they're like a big channel, and I'm like, "Never heard of them." She just got the
No
biggest fill out of it, you know. Yeah, Last Chance Cook Off. And there's the email address for the Last Chance Cook Off at gmail.com.
Yeah.
I met somebody that had 251,000 subscribers, and when I was introduced to them, I didn't know who they were. Most of the stuff that I watch anyhow is 1,300, 600, 300. One of my favorite channels these days, at least from music, is got less than 100 subs, and I just really enjoy her voice. Now that's not all she does. She's got other stuff on there, but what attracts me to that channel is the songs that she does. And if y'all get a chance,
I was going
if
to
y'all
say,
get a
where we
chance,
going
go.
with this voice?
Well, if you get a chance, you should go check out. She's got like 5, 6, 7 songs that she's recorded or done videos on, and she has. I'm guarantee you. Well, I don't want to oversell it. I was blown away by her voice. Go check out Mountain Moon Adventures.
Okay.
Her name is Hammy, and she's got. The last time I looked, I think she had 86 subscribers. If Cindy or I don't know who all can find her channel, but if somebody could drop it, that would be whoever's in there. I don't have my jacket on this particular thing and on this sign in. I guess I could
What's her
go look it up. And Mountain Moon Adventures, and she's a Canadian, just a redneck country girl that but you go listen to her songs, you'll be blessed. And now it's old country, so not everybody's a country fan. I get that, but she's just got a very powerful voice, and she's kind of comedic too. So she's funny. She's into cats, and sometimes she gets trapped in her place by a bear that roams around there. She's just a really interesting character.
So she's a crazy cat lady?
She's got a couple. I don't think she qualifies as cat lady. I think she's got 2 or 3, and but she also has a bear that roams around, keeps her. She's up in the wilderness up there in Canada. So interesting lady, but she's got a voice that really is, to me, was surprising.
Yeah, there's a few of those singing channels, like you go to them and you're not expecting something, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah, I was way too slow on that one. I got it way before I did. I can do it way faster on my phone.
You can do it faster on your phone?
Yeah,
way faster.
He's like Lightning McQueen on his phone, dude. We was in a live like this, and he's like, "Oh, I can do it faster on my phone." I was like, "I'm faster on the computer." No, he's faster on the phone. Mountain Moon Adventures. Yeah, that's what he said.
The link is up there. About 4 comments.
All right, there we go. Mennonite Farmhouse dropped it.
Yeah.
And
I did too.
So did Earl.
And if you go to her playlist, she's got something on Hammy Sings a Song. She's got like 7 on there. My favorite has got to be the Johnny Cash one that she does.
I love that channel name. 'Cause We Can Farms.
Yeah. Well, that's the first time I've ever seen them.
Howdy.
Nice
How are
to
you?
have you in here.
So do we can, or 'cause we can, or are we cousins, or
It's 'cause we can, I'm pretty sure.
cousins canning?
You have to forgive Earl sometimes. He has this Earl, move a little bit to the left. He has this Amish-like beard. Raindrop Life. Hello. Nice to see you in here. There's something else. So we've been talking about the YouTube thing is to all the new people that's come in. We have been talking about it for almost 2 hours. Now we're just kind of.
Well, I had to leave because I got like awesome news. So
yeah, you gonna tell everybody? You're gonna do it on your channel. We already know.
You already
see-
know. I'm going to be a grandpa again.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty excited. And yes, it's from
Keep
my
being
married
here.
child, not the youngest.
That's very, very funny, Tony.
So
I guess Tony's being bashful. He just doesn't want to come in here.
yeah, he may be busy. You never can tell.
Hey,
So I
Tony, keep
dropped
a
the-
spot open.
I will, Tony.
I just
Thanks.
keep a spot open for that pasta thing.
The pasta thing. Oh, Tony, is that who you're talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony's
I
doing
got-
Noodle November.
I wasn't
I
the
got
one that
3 or
said
4.
it, Tony. That was Dale.
It's me.
The pasta thing. He's talking
No,
about
I'm
Noodle
the one that.
November.
Now, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call it that pasta thing. I just know it's pasta. You
Yeah.
know, and I'm a little bit scatterbrained. You know that already, Tony. So
You're
I
little?
can't help it when
That's
I'm
an
stupid.
understatement. No one said you're stupid. Scatterbrained and
November.
stupid are two different things.
Not yet.
Okay, well, I'm scatterbrained. I can't help that. I can't keep a thought in my head.
Hi, my raindrop life. I think the first time I seen that channel was with the Last Chance Cook-Off
Yeah.
in the playlist.
Yeah, we
Lori,
got to meet a bunch of
it's a pasta thing to you, Gary. That's right.
Well, there is. Hey, it involves pasta. Noodles is pasta, and I got some really good ones too. Man, you talk about chicken spaghetti and manicotti, and I got this new one that's something pepe.
something
That,
Pepe.
Something.
Yeah,
Pepe.
Well, yeah, I don't remember the rest of the name of it. I just know it's good.
Thanks, Lori.
And I'm looking forward to some pasta stuff. In fact, I got at least 3 or 4 good ones. And maybe even a lasagna, from scratch. That's some good stuff. I love a good lasagna. Maybe one with some red wine in it or something. I'm just thinking out loud. Well, you might save me 3 or 4 spots there, Tony. I'm just thinking out loud.
At the dinner table?
Well, 3 or 4. No,
He's gonna need
on
it if
his-
he's eating all that.
on his video thing. Well, I figure if I stop eating ice cream for a little while, I got a little bit of extra room. So
Tony said he'd call you
sounds
tomorrow,
like a
Gary.
winner. Sounds like a winner to me, Tony. I appreciate that. I mean, and it'll put me. Hey, I can do some on my Belt Loop 29 Can Cook channel too. Do one on my Belt Loop 29 channel. I probably won't do a pasta dish on my Belt Loop 29 Cute Critters channel. It just wouldn't make sense. But my Can Cook channel, yes, sir.
Yes,
That'd be
sir.
some good
Ian,
stuff.
if you talk about food on your lives too, I'm gonna have to find it. I mean, look at me.
Yeah. So someone post their
Post a link to cause we can farms.
yeah.
I'm not on my phone.
Well, hang on. I'll switch over to my other sign-in account.
Well, Tony's
Um,
there. He can do it, or Leanne.
I think Leanne's isn't Leanne
Yeah, she's a mod.
yeah.
Yeah, and she's also a Mennonite. I mean, it says right on her channel.
coming from the Amish dude.
I was gonna say,
There you
Earl's
go.
like one flat hat away from having the roll down.
There you go. I just dropped it.
I'm
Thank you.
actually Mennonite also.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just give him a hard.
That's why they always tease me about being Amish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that's awesome.
So if you guys have not connected with Earl, his Friday night lives are hilarious. They are great. I have a blast when I go over there.
And I didn't mean that term flat hat like a derogatory.
I don't take it that way. Look, I give it to everybody else, so I expect to get it from everybody else.
I used to work at this dealership, and the first time I went to work there, I told this story to Leanne one day. I went to work at this dealership in another town. I'd hardly ever been in this town. You know, they like hired me, like we met in a whole other town and stuff like that, you know, to come be a parts manager. And I show up there, and my wife calls me like halfway through the day, and she's like, "How's it going?" I said, "This is the craziest place I've ever been." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Everybody drives their tractor to town. I've never been anywhere where they drive their tractor to town." And she just laughed.
Because we can, I picked your channel up as well.
I did too. That's what I was just doing on my phone.
Oh, now see, I'm all left out because if I go there, I won't be here.
I'll send it to you after we're done. Or Earl, what?
What?
I will be there Friday night. What time is it, Mitchell? It's right after his premiere.
Well, right now it's 10:35.
So it's 8:00 my time. Your time
It's
is
not
probably
Friday night.
Or,
It's Monday evening. Monday evening at 6:00 Pacific
but
time.
don't you have on Friday too?
No, I used to, but I don't. I mean, I was doing 2 a week there for a while.
Well, okay. When I was coming to the Friday, when then you started doing 2 days a week, and then I guess you're only doing Monday.
I
now.
always did Monday nights, and my second one of the week would have been the one on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And then I quit doing the Friday night one because I got caught up again. And now I got a few videos backed up, and I probably will just hold off on those until wintertime. Because sometimes I can't get out to do one.
So your
premiere
Monday one is it's 8:00 my time. So
6:00. 6:00 Pacific time.
Yeah.
And then I go live right after the premiere.
Leanne, everyone's a duck.
A duck?
Leanne text me a link to that channel to Cause We Can.
Cool.
And my text ringtone is a duck
Oh.
quacking.
I didn't even catch on to that. But.
So Dale was he went did a pop-up live with a couple other people, and I seen him in this live, and I instantly text him, and it's quack quack quack, and he's grabbing his phone, yanking it back.
I couldn't
'cause
get
was
to it fast
loud.
enough. It was just quack 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 quack.
Here with you.
We had a blast. That's
Oh,
probably
look
Tony.
at this guy.
It's probably Tony.
Funny.
That one wasn't me.
No,
It was Tony.
it's from the armpit.
Oh yeah, Tony. My mother-in-law takes on his coat milking.
Oh, Blue's giving it to Tony. It's about time you get up. Tony told her. She said, "I've been here the whole time, Tony. Where you been? What's your excuse?"
Oh, 12 Stones. Byron just come in. How's it going?
Hi, Byron. It's kind of late for Byron.
What time is it?
It's 10:30.
It's 10:38. 10:38.
It's late 30.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you still got sun shining,
No, it's dark.
or is that a light behind you on the deer?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Man, I feel left out. Maybe I need to put my deer in the picture too.
There you go.
Hey, where Blue is at, it's just time to get up.
well, it's not even that time yet.
Well, there's a nice deer.
All mine burned.
All your deer burned.
All my mounts.
Oh,
That was
deer,
looking over the-
deer.
That was supposed to have sent a long time ago. It's not even up there yet, is it?
What?
That comment that I just put on.
I don't see it.
Well, if it's on StreamYard runs behind that, of course.
Hey,
Hey, there's Junior
I got an
excavating.
idea.
Hey, hang on just a second. Junior excavating. I got Mike. I got your email, and I did email you back.
Yeah,
There it
dude.
is.
I thought of a collaboration that y'all could do. I can't do it since I don't have a deer yet. Everybody
What's that?
needs to get them an orange hunter orange hat and put it on their deer, and
You ain't
then
putting- you
maybe
ain't putting
take a
nothing on my
picture of
deer.
it.
You ain't
Yeah,
putting
just
nothing
a
on my
hat.
deer. No.
Just long. Okay, well, never mind then. You excluded from the collaboration.
Hey, look
That's
at
a-
this guy.
Hey,
There we go.
what's
The
up?
collab king.
The
I'm
collab
I'm
king.
tired of hearing about the armpit. That's what I'm tired of hearing about.
I
Well-
said it earlier, and I was making fun of you, and then Earl hopped up here. It's like, oh, well, Earl's right up there, close to it too.
The
Now-
armpit
call
of
it what
Canada.
You can call it what you want. It doesn't make me any difference.
It's all Amish country.
What part of Washington
I
are you
thought that
from?
was
I'm over on the east side. I'm about 75 miles north of Spokane.
You're right up there by my folks. You up 395?
Yep.
Kettle Falls?
That's why the name Kettle Kitchen.
I've been there.
See,
My folks-
somebody knows I do exist.
Yeah. My folks
well. That's still a matter of debate.
I know this exists.
are about an
too.
hour north of Spokane.
Are they
Yeah.
halfway in between me and there?
Yeah, probably
Ish.
close. Yeah. They used to live right in town there in Chihuahua, right across from the park. But now they
Right.
moved a little further south. So, yeah.
Oh,
Because we can says that they're in North Idaho.
North
There you
Idaho. That's right up there with Kettle too. Yep.
yep. Gary, Tony, the man, the myth, the legend.
Someone's trying to get some brownie
Hey.
points there.
I'm working hard on getting on
Yeah,
this,
'cause he-
pasta thing.
He wants 4 spots in the noodle thang.
Dang.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I feel
Why
like I'm
just
far
give me
away.
one?
I'm in
Give me
Oklahoma, prepping for heaven. Me and Dale are pretty within 3 hours of each other.
we're
in
pretty close
Oklahoma, Kansas.
actually to each other. I'm not an Oklahoman though.
There's nothing wrong with being an Okie.
No.
That-
He might
That
as
was
well
a song
be a Missouri,
about
though.
being
Okie from Muskogee.
an Okie from Muskogee. Yeah.
You know what's
That was
funny
good
about
stuff.
that song?
Knew that was coming.
So the Okie from Muskogee, you know how they say they don't. He in the song he refers to they don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee, and now that crap is legal.
Everywhere in the state. I mean, now it's starting to waft up because it's not legal here.
No, it's legal here. Everybody, you can smell it everywhere.
Yeah, that's how it is here. It's
It smells like a
ridiculous.
big old litter box. Cat pee
Yeah.
everywhere you go.
So I was sitting at work the other night when I told you guys I had to work that midnight shift. I was sitting there in my office, and one of the only other maintenance guy that was didn't have the COVIDius was sitting outside. So I went out there and I was talking to him, and then all of a sudden I got the waft of this, and I'm like, dude, who's doing that? You can't do it at the plant.
Excuse me.
So then like 3 people come up to me and it's like, hey, you need to find your supervisor. I'm not the guy for this tonight. I'm tired. I'm not dealing with it.
Slacker.
Right? Thanks for the fun tonight. No problem, my raindrop life.
I'm a raindrop life.
It ain't legal here. Pasta
Yeah.
is dope. Ain't.
Pasta is doping.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that it even passed in Oklahoma, to be quite honest with you,
Yeah.
because we're known as the Bible Belt state, you know, and then bam, it's like, how does that happen?
Well, you got those big old towns that make it not that way.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny though? They legalized it in Washington, and there was a line. The first day it was legal, there was a line at the stores or whatever, and in Spokane there was this guy that was the first one to buy, and he had his picture in the paper. And the next day, his boss sent him in for a drug test. He got busted and got fired.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's
I actually seen that picture in the paper, and I was like, "What an idiot! What
Yeah,
are you doing?"
You know,
exactly.
what people don't understand here is, like at where I work at, it's still against the rules. Just because
Right.
you have a medical card does not make it okay.
Does not mean anything.
Well, that's not even the big thing too. Is that federally it's not recognized. So if you get pulled over or picked up by a marshal and you have it on possession, you can be federally charged with it here in Washington.
It's the same.
Hey, Tony.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Gary.
Cuz We Can Farms is interested in the Noodle November. I'm willing to give up one of my 4 spots for him.
Well, because you called it
himself 4 spots.
because you called it Noodle November, I will give up one of your spots to them.
All right, now that's one of my 4. Leaves me 3 though.
Well, it depends
Just
on if
saying.
you're going under the same channel or not.
Well, I can swap it up. I could even create a whole new channel. It ain't that hard.
He
It's
does
not
have
that
a
hard.
point.
I have
It's
4
not
on
that
my
hard.
I feel like this conversation just went full circle. It's not that hard to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Hey, Hardneck Farms.
Hey, I can throw up a few shorts real quick on something, and then I got me a full-fledged, thing, and do me another one of them Noodle November pasta things.
Whatchamacallit. You forgot whatchamacallit in that whole sentence.
Whatchamacallit.
I got 4
I'm
YouTube.
telling you, we
got
can do
4?
this thing.
Yeah.
I knew you had 2, but I didn't know you had 4.
Yeah, I got 4.
I got 4.
Hi, Cindy.
Well, technically, I guess I have 3.
I'm my biggest fan. What are you talking about? I watch all my videos
Right. That's funny.
Multiple times.
at the same time.
It might be your
No,
only fan.
stop.
Oh, that's a different.
No,
Yeah,
Luna.
that's-
Sorry, guys.
Hey, Cindy Brown. Hard Neck Farms also came in. Hard Neck Farms is also from what state? Dale, do you know?
I'm pretty sure Oklahoma.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Is that where they're from, or is that where they live?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's Oklahoma.
Leanne, I'm not done with summer yet. Don't be rushing to Thanksgiving.
Well, buddy, you're like 30, what, days?
Oh, we're done with summer. Don't worry. We didn't even hardly have a summer this year.
Well, we had more than enough for you.
Yeah, we had one for you too.
We only got a few days over 100 degrees this year, and it rained up until the end of June, and now it just started today to rain again. So we got 9 more months of rain.
Yep, that's what I thought. Grew up in Kansas and moved to Oklahoma.
Where great things happen.
I don't know about that.
Well,
It says it's 68 here. I don't know if I believe that or not.
By the way, didn't like this Kansas team beat an Oklahoma team this week and
I
took
don't know.
them.
I don't know. Did they?
Yeah.
What?
No,
which
it's
one?
not your team.
Oh well, then it doesn't matter.
It took them
Tony,
from.
did y'all get rain today?
No.
He
I
said
said
Tony.
Tony.
Tony. Oh.
No, we're supposed to get it in the morning and then all day tomorrow.
Good.
Yep.
You guys need it.
We do. It's bad.
I hope this put out the wildfires.
Yeah.
We don't-
That's
we
the
don't
hard
even-
part is the fires.
Yeah.
We don't even have any grass anymore to have a fire.
They put a burn ban on our county. I'm like, what's gonna burn? Everything is like gone. It's dead, dried up, gone.
You guys don't even know what dry is.
So
You want to
we
come
do.
to Oklahoma?
I
I'll
know
show you.
what it's like. I grew up in Virginia and it would get dry. But it's a whole different level when it's 12% humidity. It's a whole different level. There's guys that go out and there's red flag days when you're not supposed to do anything with power equipment. And there's a guy went out and disc his field and lit it on fire with the disc. I guarantee you wouldn't have done that in your state.
no. But I will tell you, right down the street from my work is a church. Somebody driving down the road threw a cigarette out the window and the whole yard burn off.
That
in front of
happens
the church.
all the time around here. All the time.
Yep.
And this is in the middle of town, like manicured lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
No, that happens all the time around here.
That's true, Blue. They say it's like an outback, it's like super dry.
Yeah.
That's how it's bad. It's bad. It's the worst I've ever seen it. Did you do that? Tony,
Did I do what?
pull Gary up.
No,
You're still an admin, aren't you?
I didn't think I was. I haven't done anything.
Oh, you guys. You're.
Did he just like blow your mind or
No, I was reading Cindy Brown's comment.
oh
And
You had me scared there.
No.
He spaces out. His nickname is Sidetrack.
squirrel?
For me, it's unicorn. squirrels, butterflies, anything.
See, chased
Actually,
him
I
on.
think we started calling him YouTube's Black Dahlia. That's the nickname we gave
Black
him because he has a
Dahlia.
little book on everybody.
I do.
He's got a thumb drive on everybody.
On everybody, yep.
He will use it at any minute.
If I don't have it down somewhere, I don't know it. It didn't happen.
Hey, my video's ready
Oh,
to upload.
yeah.
The
I'm
video's
calling
what?
BS on that, Mitchell.
Ready to upload. The one that I edited is now on the computer, ready to upload to YouTube.
Well, if I started uploading mine right now, it might finish by noon tomorrow.
Well, I
And
didn't
that's a
say
9-minute video.
Earl, he's got internet by baling wire.
And that is
And milk
crucial.
jugs.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if it works.
Well, barely. It's
I love
it's
it.
questionable.
It works.
Mine won't premiere until Monday though. See, so I got plenty of time.
So my new video that I don't have it scheduled yet, but I'm going to do a premiere. I'm not going to do a live after it. I'm just doing a premiere this time. And it's going to be tomorrow.
For
So
which
you
one?
and Tony are going to be the only ones watching it, or what?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I did that premiere.
I
for
missed
our Last
something
Chance Cook-Off.
somewhere. What?
That was my first one, and that was a lot of fun. I liked it.
Yeah, premieres are
They're
fun.
so easy to do. They're not hard to do at all.
I didn't. Where I started, when the first one I did, I seen Earl do it, and I was like, "Man, this is a brilliant idea." And then I did it.
Makes
Of course it was, because I did it.
I gave you credit for it, Earl.
I love that. That's so funny.
I know yours was good, Hardnack. There have been so many good videos with that collaboration, like really good videos.
I should
Speaking
go
of that
hang out with Modog, but
Oh, is Modog live?
yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know he was live. I was going to show you the thumbnail to this new video.
I'm not sure what mine's going to be yet.
Oh yeah, that's a good thumbnail.
Yeah, that should chase him off. Not a bad one there at all.
Wait for the boosted confidence, guys. I mean,
Cindy, if you're asking who's live for the Last Chance Cook-Off tomorrow, it's Chris and Larry Homestead.
yes.
Yes. Chris will be there. She'll be there tomorrow and Saturday both. So
And Wendy Hardnack,
Oh.
right? It's Wendy, right?
yes, I
Yeah.
just seen hers. Yes.
Yeah,
I
she
haven't
just-
went and checked.
She just loaded her video for Last
Yeah,
Chance.
I'm going to check it.
So I have not caught up
And there
on
it is.
videos.
Yep.
I have not caught. I seen
Today,
Roosters
so
today.
far, the only one I've got to watch is Rooster's Tool Review, and it was. I know it's my own kid, but
A little biased.
I might be a little biased, but it was. I thought it was really good. I thought it was funny.
So I watched Roosters while I was sitting in the doctor's office this morning.
Yes, Leanne, I am sure. I talked to her this afternoon, so we're good still.
How'd you like the money shot?
Oh, the money shot was the best part of the whole. Well, that and the joke that Mitchell never heard, but
I don't know
besides
how I
that,
didn't hear it.
What's up, nephew or niece? I don't know which it is, but it's either my nephew or niece there.
Enjoy God's creation.
Yeah.
Cool, good channel name.
Well, hello, nephew
Yes.
and niece.
Hello
Or-
there.
nephew or niece, he said.
Okay.
So what I was gonna, might as well have this little conversation while we're here. We've had a struggle with people putting videos out, and I want to take the opportunity to say thank you to Hardnack Farms and Not for Nothing Homestead, who
Homestead.
filled in the holes today. So thank you very much.
I tried to get Earl to do a video on cooking some crab. And he
That'd
said,
be
do that
awesome.
all the time.
huh?
I
You
do
should
that
have done a video.
I asked you, I sent you an email if you wanted to ask you if you wanted
All
to
you had
do
to
it.
do was put the logos on it and talk about the collaboration, dude.
Yeah.
I do them all the time. They're just at the end of my videos. Go watch me cook a crab.
Well, we wanted you in the collaboration.
Oh.
When did it end?
It hasn't ended yet.
It hasn't ended
When
yet.
does it end?
And I actually, the 30th
ends at
is the
the-
last day.
September the 30th.
I don't think I'm going to be crabbing it and anymore before then. No, I won't be, because that's only 2 days away.
Yeah.
Good times. I like that video. And Leanne's video, we got to see Leanne's better half or other half or whatever she wants to call him today, her husband. In that video.
Mitchell, what I should have really cooked for that thing would have been nutria.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
that
got
would be
about
different.
14 pounds of that in the freezer right now.
Well, why don't you cook some up? Tony, do we need another video?
I don't know how to cook it though.
Nutria?
I've never cooked nutria before.
I hear there's this good platform called YouTube. You can learn how to cook things.
Yeah, that's
You
probably
should go
right.
try it.
He's your better half every day. That's my answer too for my way better half of my wife.
Cindy,
Yeah.
Cindy, nutria is really not that bad. I've eaten it once.
Was it fried? Battered and deep fried?
It was cooked in a crock pot.
Mm.
But the problem with that was it was cooked with so much other stuff that you had to dig into the middle to actually taste it. But
Lost the flavor in the other things.
yeah. But no, it was definitely edible. You
Cindy
could
says use
fool
that for catfish bait.
you could fool anybody at a potluck with that stuff. You could make pulled pork with it. It looks exactly like pulled pork.
So
Wow.
I know you all already think I'm a redneck, but that's my opinion of raccoon.
Yeah, I've heard raccoon is really good.
It is. It is. I guarantee you, if I made it in a crock pot with barbecue sauce, you would swear it's the best barbecue beef you ever ate in your life.
Yeah. I would eat coon. I would not eat possum. They
I don't
are
eat possum fat and turnip
nasty
greens.
creatures,
Mm-mm.
man. But
I used to be part of a trapping organization, and we would have a get together, and it was like you fixed all the stuff, like every animal. The one that I'm not into at all was bobcat. Like, not into it.
yeah.
It was not good.
Oh, okay.
If I ever find an albino nutria, I will get that thing mounted. I've actually seen one, but it's at a place where
I
I
have
can't.
never seen one of these, so I've got to go look now.
Looks like a big rat in the water.
It looks like
That's
a
what
beaver
everybody
with
keeps saying. Oh, heck no. Not doing it.
So,
No.
so
Let's do that. Have a nutria in November.
You go for it.
Earl,
I don't have it here.
Earl, do you guys have very many muskrats up there?
a few, yeah.
So I was in a plant I used to work in before they shut down because they went belly up. But they called us and said that,
work there.
well, yeah. So they called maintenance to come to the first aid room because there was a beaver in the first aid room, and I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, there's a beaver in the first aid room." So we go, and I had this trainee, right? It's like his 4th or 5th day at the plant, and so I open the door, and he's standing there with his head, all looking in there, and I just kick him in and shut the door behind him.
Oh, that's so wrong.
But I seen that it was a muskrat beforehand. Like I could see it through the window, but this kid was terrified. He was sitting there banging on the door, and I just go in there and grab it by its tail and throw it in a big 55-gallon trash can, And he's freaking out, and he's like, "That's not a beaver. The tail's not right." And I was like, "Duh." And I asked him and like 5 other people that I worked with, I was like, "Do you guys know what it is?" And they looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, "That's a mutated rat." And I was like, "No, it's not. It's
A muskrat.
It's a muskrat."
We used to trap tons of them.
We used to too when I was a kid. You don't hardly ever see them anymore.
Nope.
You should go watch my video of shooting one of those nutria with a 30-06.
I seen the one where you were hunting for. I think you were like doing. There was like 4 or 5 of them you shot that day.
I shot 14 was the most I've ever shot in one day.
Well, I mean, on the video that I seen, it was like 4 where you were going through a big like ditch or something.
Yeah.
I just now seen the comment from Mike. Bye if you're still here. Night.
I put it up there.
Yeah, I ain't eating no skunk either.
Nah.
No.
So, funny story. We used to have a pet skunk when I was a kid.
Yeah, I killed 14 nutria, Cindy.
And they removed the stink gland from the skunk that you vet can. It got run over, and my little sister, she had to have this little baby skunk. It sprayed the fire out of her too. It was hilarious.
Really?
Oh, it was funny. And then my mom had to take my sister to the emergency room, get her rabies shot and all kinds of stuff. And the whole time, like, my mom's like, "You guys want to go?" I was like, "No, I don't want to go. You smell that car? It's so ridiculous."
That's my dad's family. They're all like truck drivers, and skunk.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm out.
Found that out in my yard one day when I got home from work. It was sleeping out there, so I went and picked it up, and then I was like, "Now what do I do with it?"
But so most of them pulled cattle trailers, hauling cattle.
Yeah.
Well, they go down into the swamps to pick up swamp cattle to bring back up here to the feedlots in Kansas. And there's all these little baby alligators running across the road. And this one guy with them, he's like, "I'm going to get one of those and take back." So he pulls the semi off to the side of the road. He gets out, runs over there in the middle of the road, grabs one of them baby alligators by its tail, goes running back to his truck. And then all of a sudden, my dad's watching this. My dad said all of a sudden he starts running super fast, like he was on fire, and he jumps up in his truck. About that time, here come Mama out of the ditch and bit a hole right through his fuel tank on his truck. Yeah, I'm out on skunks. I had all the skunk stuff I wanted when I used to raccoon hunt with hounds every night. We'd always have there was always somebody that was paying me to start their dog. And of course, no one pays you to start a good dog. So you had to break them off of everything, Bear's really good. If you haven't tried bear is good.
Yep. You know, the one kind of hunting that I would love to go do is ram hunting in Alaska. Like take a 14-day trip up there and just
I'd have to have a year to train for it first.
Just look in all the garages. I'm sure there's rams in there.
Or the side of the road.
So that kind of hurt. That kind of stung a little bit.
They might not even have bad horns.
Oh, that's funny.
Blue says cobra is really good. I kind of think it's probably like rattlesnake. And
yeah, probably so.
Rattlesnake was okay. It just kind of tastes like metallic to me.
Yeah, nothing to write home about.
Mm-mm. I mean, I'd eat it before I starved, you know.
There went the family version channel.
It's the late night.
It's late
there's
night.
like
Yep.
something in my eye.
It is. I've been on for 2.5 hours. I was editing a video and I was checking my email and it's like probably the 10th one, the 10th email that I've got about what do I need to do to start a YouTube channel? Start recording it, put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I think that's good though.
my
I mean,
video. So
okay, Earl. Thanks for coming
Later.
out.
See you later.
but
Good talk to you.
yep, same to you. Even you, Tony.
Why, thank you. And I'm not from Jazz, okay?
Yeah, okay. Did you know where I was talking about though?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Unfortunately, I know what you're talking about.
That's on the west side though. So
Yeah,
all right.
that's
Later.
a whole different world over there.
It's not
It
as
is.
deep in the armpit.
It is. It is a different world, that's for sure.
It's the
Kinda
skin
like
tag of the armpit.
Kind of like Portland and the rest of Oregon. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Later.
Later Earl.
Lori says I was talking about the ram from the garage. Get your minds out of the gutter.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Leanne says you're only halfway to a 5-hour live.
Right.
No,
well, I ain't
I'm
going
out.
5 hours. I have to be up in less than 5 hours.
I'm out. If that's what you got planned, I'm gone. So where did you pick up the armpit of Canada?
I was just making stuff up.
I'm like, of all things for him to pick, I guess it's better than the rear end of Canada. I guess you could have said that, but
And then you got poor Idaho over there getting. I'm not going to go there.
yeah, don't go there. Never mind.
Oh. Yeah, so
Go ahead.
So yeah, I was just making stuff up, and I thought you were in here already, and then Earl hopped in here, and then I just went with it.
It kind of fed
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of was. I was like, Earl's in Oregon. If he's the armpit, what am I? The back end of Canada. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that.
Well, you could. At least you're not Florida.
You got a point there.
Yeah. So does Florida.
Yeah, Florida's got some water issues, is what they got.
Well, I wasn't talking about the hurricane. That's another issue. And I feel sorry for anyone that's being misplaced in the whole hurricane. That's not where I was going.
Good cover.
It really wasn't. I did not realize that that hurricane was as big as it was. They had 196 mile an hour wind gust.
Yeah.
That's
Almost
just
2
like a
million.
small tornado.
Well, I don't know about
Okay.
small.
Yeah.
Hardnet, the live for tomorrow is on Chris and Larry Homestead's
Yeah.
channel.
Yes, I was gonna say this feels like we're prepping for tomorrow. Shall I pull down the wheel spinner and get up YouTube comment pecker out?
But well, good night. Enjoying God's creation, crafting, and
Yes.
singing. Thanks for coming in here.
Good night, cousins or nephew.
Our nephew or
Nieces.
niece or whoever you are.
Earl, I like Earl. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
at 6 o'clock.
Well,
Central
it's
Standard Time.
Central Standard Time,
If-
PM.
if you're in well, I know you're not. But it could be 8 depending on your time zone.
Well, hi, Tiny Farm Nuggets.
Hey,
Hello.
how's
Someone
it
said
going?
they had to change their channel name.
I don't think they had to. I think they just did.
No, Leanne, we are not doing a giveaway right now. Nice try.
Because it was, what was it? It was
Butt
butt
nuggets.
nuggets.
Butt nuggets.
I loved it. That's what we call eggs here. Farm fresh butt nuggets. Well, I probably should think about it. Tomorrow I'm going to disappoint some young minds.
Because they're not passing, I'm assuming. So how
Tomorrow's
are you?
final day.
I know, but you're not disappointing them. They disappointed themselves. You're just the messenger.
I don't know.
You
Something
can
about
lead a horse to water.
Right there.
Don't finish.
Right there. Yeah.
So
I was talking with Ginger tonight, and when she did that video, she said, I so wanted to turn my hat and say, put me in, coach, I'm ready. And she said, that's a Dale statement if I've ever heard one. I said, oh yeah, it is. That's funny.
I was playing with my
Thingy.
Cindy. I'm sitting here like you're sitting there massaging your head. Will
It
you
actually
please
feels really
stop
good.
that?
Do you guys have one of these?
I have one of them, yeah.
So it's got this rubber on it, though,
Mhm.
and it will stick to anything. You can wrap it around a pole and it won't slide or nothing. It's awesome.
Hi, Pettit Jean River
Hey.
Homestead.
Get it, Gene. 2 hours late. Well,
You're-
you're just right on time.
You're so glad there's people in here I don't want to offend.
Oh, Cindy, why would you bring up the precious?
Oh, don't you start massaging that, caressing that computer. I will drop off.
I did not fix it completely. It
Yeah,
has
well,
a
don't-
heat sink that is out, and it is
Don't
still broken.
Start
Well, it's running, but
caressing it,
it's broke.
or I
it's-
will never talk to you ever again.
It's plugged in. I'm getting tired.
How
Thanks,
was
Jeff.
Brian's live at the Vineyard Farmhouse, Tiny Farm Nuggets? Because he had on groovy eggs tonight.
Yep,
Groovy eggs, yep.
he did. He did indeed. I was
Which used to
watching
be
Jeff.
called Bobblehead, right?
Yes.
It's only after midnight here. Well, it's 11:30.
It's just after noon here, or noon 9 here.
Noon.
Noon. You know how it
Holy moly! Are you on like blue time or what?
goes.
I am being nice, Leanne.
I'm not sure who she was talking to. That's the problem.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jeff. I knew you guys were close to him.
Did someone know we were live or something? Did people get sent over? Thumb up Raiders? Or is he talking about the football team? Because it is.
Oh, Leanne or Blue says that you
Blue.
would be in India.
India. Yeah.
You know, I
Will
have
you
not got the
stop
pleasure.
that?
I have not got the pleasure. Wendy says that she's met Jeff. I haven't got the pleasure to meet him, but that's a lot of my friends that do know him say the same thing. Say he's a super nice guy. Drew from Drew's Lens and I talked about him at Shoot Day.
Cindy, I am so with you. Thank you.
Fine.
So you want to see how Noodle November is going?
Sure. By the way, holy moly.
Holy Moses.
Are you making another 100 channel collaboration there?
No. It's all my yeses and nos together on the same page.
Some people's kids.
He needs a fidget tool.
You have a fidget spinner?
You
No.
need one.
I do.
Well, I mean, I guess I got that one too.
I was like, why these kids want these stupid fidget spinners all the time? And then one day I caught myself. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I do know.
I got to show you guys something. So, have you seen one of those?
Stress ball? Squeeze
No.
it.
No.
It's a hard
What is
hat.
it?
It's a hard hat for Boise Cascade, which is a company right here. It's for your mouse.
Oh.
So you don't get carpal tunnel. I was like,
That's
okay,
pretty awesome.
kind of different. Some of the stuff they do to just put their name out, right?
Wow.
Well,
Hmm.
if my wife's in labor. We're probably getting divorced.
Yep.
And a DNA test.
Yeah.
What was prepping?
That's funny. Huh?
What?
I don't know. You're mumbling, and I don't know what you're mumbling
Prepping
about.
for Heaven said, I was referring to the ones Dale and Mitchell were holding.
I didn't see what they said. That's around.
Is that a round toy? Toy?
No,
No.
it is
Um,
it's a bad habit.
yeah. I'm not going to show you what it says on there, on the top.
Yeah.
Ever
Good
get a
point,
divorce
Blue.
and realize you just needed a sandwich? That was on something. What was it?
Oh,
It was
that's
a
funny.
commercial.
See you later. Yeah, that's hilarious, actually.
Oh, I definitely will, Cindy. Yeah. Sorry. So that's pretty exciting when my granddaughter calls me and
That was cool.
Papa, I got a new shirt.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
cool.
first what he said was, "Can it wait?"
Oh, hold on.
Can I wait?
And and uh, and Lisa was like, "No, it can't."
Yeah, sorry, I got the yawn, Cindy. But it is 11:30 in my defense.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
And I
gotta-
started early this morning because
Oh, here comes the rolling excuses.
I took a,
I'm gonna
hey,
have to. I got.
I took a pig to freezer camp this morning, okay?
Okay, what's your point?
I had to start off early.
I started off with the doctor.
I'm out on that.
So you know how most of the time when they do blood, they put it in these little vials, right, to get blood tests done. As many things as they wanted to run because it's a new doctor, so they have to do all their own tests. They didn't come out with little vials to do the blood in. They come out with this sack, and it looked like the size of Dale's cup over there. And they're like, they're like, I'm gonna have to pull your blood. And I'm looking at them. I'm like, were you gonna leave me any left?
Am I gonna pass out when I stand up? What's gonna happen here?
Yeah. So they always try my right arm first, right? I get my blood drawn every 6 months for lead testing because we work around lead. And I've had my blood drawn enough. I know what veins you're going to get blood in. And there's a lot of scar tissue right here on this arm because I had a big benign cyst underneath it, a huge one. And now there's so much scar tissue you can't get blood out of my right arm unless you get them out of my hand or on the side of my arm here. So I'm telling the phlebotomist person, I was like, if you just go right here and you stick it sideways into the vein, you'll get it on the first try. And he looks at me and he's like, have you done this before? Yeah, I have. Every 6 months for lead draws. That's what I said at the beginning. Were you not paying attention? And he looks at me and he goes, well, I'll try it your way first, but if it doesn't work, you are responsible for that stick. I was like, do you want me to do it for you? Because my veins roll really bad, like in my hands and everything. So if you get the ones out of my hand, you have to hold it, like hold it like that, and then stick it, because my vein will roll every time. Drives me crazy. Yeah, and what you want to know? What the best part was? He got it on the first try. It's like,
You're like,
kind of funny how that happens.
I told you.
Well, I told him
there'll be no bacon here from that one. That one I actually sold to somebody. Someone asked
prepping
when we'd have bacon.
prepping for heaven, I told him if he sticks me more than twice, I am slapping him. And his mouth just goes,
Dude,
he was a
that's
big
right.
dude too.
I will slap you slack jawed.
Yeah, he's a big old dude.
He's a big old dude.
And I'm not talking like not like an intimidating big old dude. You know, like just we'll call it a soft fella. Because there's bigger people that are stout. You know, he wasn't the stout version.
Yeah, Sydney, that would be like freaked out when your child get a big red envelope saying that they're ineligible. Banned for a year. Yeah, so like when I get blood drawn, there's a lady at the doctor's office, and if she's not working, I'm like, yep, I'll just wait until she comes back to draw it. Because everybody else is like, sticks me 100 times, end up with a big old bruise and stuff. She can do it first time every time.
Yep.
You know. And I'm like, yep. Now she's got a reputation. Like everyone around town's like, yeah, unless Lori's there, we're not going there to get our blood drawn.
Hey, it's hard to find a good vampire, so when you find one, you want to keep them.
Exactly.
That's right. The first time that I got in the lead program like 15 years ago when I started to work there for the first time, the lady, so they have a clinic comes out to our plant, and that's where they do it. They do all the lead draws out at our plant, and so they came out there, and so I was probably a little dehydrated because 15 years ago, I mean, you can do the math. Landon was just a year old, and I was still a young adult. That
There might be a reason why you were dehydrated.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. And so,
Got it.
you know, the old tomatoes that had the little, you know, like my mom had them to stick needles in and stuff.
Mhm.
What is it called?
Pin cushions.
A pin cushion. So this lady stuck me in this arm, this wrist, and I finally told her, I was like, "Look, lady, I'm not a pin cushion. I'm done getting stuck today." And she just looked at me, and she kind of, I wasn't rude about it. I said, "I'm not a pin cushion. I'm done. I'm done with it today." Like that's kind of it. And I started rolling my sleeve down, and this lady starts crying. I was like, "Give me the needle." And I poked myself, and she's like, "How do you know how to do that?" I was like, I grew up on a farm. I can find a blood vein because there's some medicine you have to give in the vein. So I'm
Sometimes
pretty good
you
at
have to give an intravenous shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's like really scary because he'd done it so much when he used to manage a ranch. He like scares me when he gets a needle. I'm like, you're way too good at that. Way too good at that.
So when I was a kid, I have this big scar right here on my wrist. It used to be extremely visible, and went all the way down. It was like 8 inches long. So we lived out in the middle of BFE and middle of nowhere, in between the two places, you know. And I had a stepbrother at the time. He thought he was going to try to scare me, and while I punched him through the window and cut my arm.
Cut yourself on.
Yeah. Well, my mom wasn't really happy with me anyway.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
So my mom gives this needle, this thread needle, right? And she's heating that sucker up in a fire, and she bends it. I got this blood pouring out of my arm, and then it finally slowed down pretty well, quit going away. Well, my mom disappeared for like probably 5 minutes while we're getting the bleeding to stop, and she walks back in with this big old bunch of hair. And I was like, what are you doing, Mom? She's like, you're about to get stitches, boy. I was like, what?
You're kidding me.
And she goes over and she gets this bottle of rubbing alcohol, and I'm probably 9 or 10 years old. I'm not very old, you know. And she just dumps this rubbing alcohol and then peroxide on my arm, cleans it all up real good, and then she's sitting there. She's getting this horsehair through this needle, and then she gives me like 14 or 15 stitches in my arm. It was
That's crazy.
yeah. My
So
mom-
you remember the old pop cans and drink cans that the whole top tab would come off?
Yeah.
So my dad was one of many brothers, and they had a hay hauling business. And he's on top of the stack of hay, and he has one of them on his finger, and he jumps down off the stack. And when he does, he hooks that and just jerks the end of his finger off. Well, they pick it up, and he wraps it up in his shirt, and they go to the house. And his mom, my grandma, sets him down, almost the same kind of story, sets him down at the table, says, oh, we can fix that. And she just goes and comes back with a needle, and they just sew the tip of his finger back on. So now to this day, like if he holds up his finger, it like indents in where it didn't like grow the rest of the way.
So I don't know if the camera will pick it up too good on here, but there's a scar that wraps around this finger. So this whole end of the finger was cut off when I was probably 12, 13-ish. My great grandma Burgess, we used to go. I'd go up there on the weekends and with my grandpa or something in the summertime, and we'd mow their yard. Well, one of my other cousins hadn't been doing it, and I get there and it's real tall. So you know, like them old push mowers, you had to reach down there and you had to pull out the grass clog that would so it wouldn't discharge anymore. So here I am, you know, bell and wired handle. Didn't you know? Instead of shutting it off, you know, we just bell and wired the handle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pulling this grass out of this thing, and it cuts my finger off. Just whoop, and it's just dangling there. And my grandpa, we're the old, like me and my sisters, we're the oldest grandkids by quite a bit. My grandpa, he grabs me, takes me inside, and his mom, which was my great grandma, she loads me up, takes me to the emergency room. They sew it back on. I get back. My grandma Burgess had this willow tree in her front yard that was probably 20 foot tall, and you know all the branches are just dragging the ground. I get there, and my grandpa's 6'7", you know, at this time. My grandpa's a mountain of a man. And, we get there, and my grandma Burgess, she looks at me. She's like, well, Bub, I think Jerry's going to give you a whooping when you get out of the car. And I'm like, what? You know, thinking to myself, I'm really going to get a spanking out of this? He, by God, did. That willow tree, it wrapped around me. That branch wrapped around me, I think, probably 3 times before it finally smacked me. And then my mom gets there.
Because you
and my
should have known better.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Then my mom gets there, and my mom's like, my grandma Burgess is telling my mom, and my mom's like, well, what did she? My mom always called Grandpa Daddy. She's like, well, what did Daddy do to Bub afterwards? She's like, well, he got a whooping because he knew better. And years later, I was probably, the kids were born. So my grandma, she'd have been 90, 95, 96 years old. And Landon was probably 2 or 3 years old. We go up there and stuff, and my mom is, you know, telling her version of the story, which she wasn't there to tell the tail end of it. And Grandma Burgess, she just let her have it, tell her how she was doing it all wrong, and then she told the whole story. My mom's like, Well, I still don't understand why he got a spanking. I was like, you told me I deserved it.
Exactly.
Luna,
Luna.
Yeah, it was
um,
different time.
stop. You're not helping any.
Hey, Luna.
Don't you start, Gabe.
Well, I'm gonna have to get.
Hey, you see what you did, Dale?
Yep, I did.
And then I have another Australian Shepherd sitting right here at my feet. Get down. Go. Gabe, down.
Sometimes when Luna barks,
Down.
my boss, my little dog, he'll look at the screen, turn his head.
We're in a town of 1,600 people, and she thinks one person walking around is coming to talk to her. Wow.
So the
That's
suture
okay.
kits. So the funniest thing, you can buy suture kits at all your farm stores nowadays, right? Well, so I keep probably 5 or 6 of them all the time, not for giving my kids stitches, just so we're all clear on this. But I keep them because of the livestock. You never know when you have to sew something up on something.
Oh yeah.
And
I really hold on. I really think it's stupid. You have to justify that statement.
oh, I know, but you do.
You're a farmer. What?
But you do.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I cut my leg probably 2 years ago. Cut it
This
pretty
story,
bad.
by the way, this story is not sponsored by YouTube or its affiliates.
So I'll show you. I have a scar. Can you see it
Oh, that is hilarious.
right here?
Oh,
Okay, I'm out. He's taking
I'm
clothes
just-
off. I'm
I'm
gone.
just
Oh, I
glad
have
that he had
shorts
on
on.
pants.
I have shorts on. So I cut my leg pretty bad right there, right? And my wife's like, "Babe, you probably ought to go get stitches." I was like, "Oh, I'll sew it up. It's not a big deal." And she's like, "You'll do what?" I was like, "They're gonna give me lidocaine to try to numb it, and lidocaine doesn't work on me anyway, so I'll just sew it up myself." And she's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna have to see this to believe it." So I come inside and I clean it all up, and I get that suture kit out and I have a set of forceps because it's easier to maneuver the little needle. And I stick it in there, go to the one side and get the other side, and I sew it up. And she looks at me, she's like, "How many times have you done this?" I was like, "Well, a few." She's
This is like straight out of Roadhouse.
I
Like
know.
she's sitting there going, "What are you doing?"
Ugh.
she just looks at me and she's like, "I can't believe you're sewing yourself up." I was like, "Well, it's not deep. It's just a really big cut." And I sewed it up, and she's like, "Honestly, it looks just like the doctors do it." I was like, "I know. That's how they do it."
I mean, I do cool stuff all the time.
So,
Boy, you know how to cut a chat. That chat just died.
yeah,
did.
I would have figured they would. I figured they would have had something to say about stitches or something. There was somebody that said they've had to do it before.
Something. Yeah,
Blue laughed about it.
she did. Yes. I think she was laughing about me thinking it was stripping.
Yeah, I think so
Either that
too.
or about the YouTube statement.
Oh, yes. That
Oh,
is hilarious.
Probably
I
the
love that.
YouTube statement.
I told you how to fix that. I think you should, and you should market it and sell it to people to use.
No.
No.
So the next time I cut myself real bad, I'll
Ooh.
sew it up on a live stream.
Oh,
I won't be there for that live
I'm
stream.
pretty sure you can get struck for that.
I
I'll
know
do
you
it on
can.
my other channel where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
I don't know how you could though. They sell surgeries all the time.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, you can go watch surgeries all kinds of surgeries.
Yeah, but they're in operating rooms, not on your couch next to your dogs.
Well, I mean, I can make it look like an operating room. I got that blue stuff, that blue cloth that I can put around it, make it look like it.
Because you're like really making me interested now. If I can like watch surgeries,
You can, I swear.
I thought I
there's
could
like
until
nothing better than eating a medium rare
So-
steak,
so-
like watching the surgery.
So my mom has to have hip replacement done, right? And the nurses tell her, whatever you do, don't go watch YouTube videos about it because you will not want to come in the next morning. So we get home. What is the first thing my mom does?
Watch it.
Goes and watches a YouTube. She was green. She did not want to get up and go to the surgery. She protested the whole way because the problem is they take mallets and chisels and pound in
They
your
drive
leg.
that thing in the
They
bone.
drive that thing in there, and I'm like, why did you do that?
I did watch
But
one of
people do.
those, and I'm like, that is awesome. And then I was talking to Hank Reed from Natural Grandma, and he's the one that had the spiral fracture of his leg and broke it. And he's telling me how they had to it was horrible what they had to do to put his leg back together. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh, that's horrible. And I'm also thinking, man, I wish that would have been videoed. I would have loved to have watched him erector set, put all that back together.
Hey guys, I hate to cut us all short, but it's about midnight.
Oh,
and I
now
still
that me
got
and
to shower.
him are inside of a conversation, you decide
No,
you're ready to go
you
to
can
bed
keep
now.
going for a minute.
Nope,
Mm.
I'm good.
Peace out.
Really?
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Nice seeing you. Nice chat with you, gents.
Good to see y'all.
Boop. Tomorrow
Tony,
night,
I can't tell if you're upset
Chris
or not.
and Larry
Tony.
Homestead. You can't.
Tony,
What?
are you upset?
Why would you think I'm? What do you mean you can't tell if I'm upset or not?
I can never
It's
tell.
almost 1 a.m. here. Yeah, it's almost midnight here, Leanne. People are probably it shows there's 15 people. They're probably asleep and their phone's just sitting there.
It's all on their
Night-night.
face. Woke them up. Oh, I better chat.
See you later.
Bye, y'all.
Peace out.
Hey, what time is it? What time is it there, Tony?
9:45.
Oh, it's not here.
Bye.
Bye. Hang on. Oh, well, he's gone.
Nighty night. You
Yep.
said
Night.
you were
Thanks
leaving,
everybody
so
for coming.
good night.
Appreciate it.